I'm doing good, man. You?
Good, good, good. So you are playing an elf rogue, you say?
Yeah, rogue, not ranger.
No, alright. So, tell us about who you're playing tonight.
Well, considering this is my second time ever, I kind of just followed the rule book. So yeah, just basically a rogue who's a noble, but he gives to the poor, a bit like Robin Hood.
Nice.
Something like that.
What a nice guy. What a nice guy.
Yeah.
Alright, and let's go finally down to Macanea. What about you, man?
Hi, I'm playing a dwarven priest called Grimnir, dwarven priest of the Tempest God. I love throwing myself into the face of adversity and seeing if I come out the other side alive, and long walks on frigid beaches.
Nice, of course, of course. No adventure will be complete without a long walk on the beach. So,
No.
As we get into today's session, I'll remind you guys previously what happened on the Remnants of Calita as best I can. So there was an altercation between elves and humans. Of course, we're in Calita where there is a war going on. The Calita itself is an elven city, and the humans from the Northern Realms are here to make war with this elven kingdoms. And the reason that they're doing so is because their king is dying, and because he's dying, they actually need the heart of Calita, the heart of the tree, to save them, to save the king rather. It's the only thing which is going to cure him, and of course the elves aren't willing to give that up, and so they've come to blows. And at this point in the adventure last week, the adventurers were hired by the elves to help the treants, because the treants had been rather upset, and they're actually stopping food from coming into the city. And because they were so upset, they went to find out what the problem was with them. They told them that the problem was that the humans had been cutting down their sacred groves just to the east, and that they wanted them to stop doing that. And so they went to go and speak with the humans rather than initiating a fight. And the party kind of split. The two human favored party went with trying to help the humans, and the other two went to help the treants. So at that point, they got to a fight. The treants get a kind of last march of the Ents mode, and they decided to assault the human camp. There was a huge assault on the camp, and kind of war broke out for that battle. And David Bowie came down from the stars and took his son up to heaven due to a viewer decision. So that Bowieism has been established as one of the newest religions within Calita. So we're looking forward to the effects of Bowieism upon the land. So other than that, though, we should get into tonight's session. By the way, if someone might be breathing kind of close to their microphone, so if one of you might have the microphone a little bit further away, because I'm getting some lovely breathing sounds. It's very restful, but we need some adventure. So as we get into today's session, you guys have been hired by the Elven Queen Roshia. Roshia is a pretty nice girl. She's queen of this place, and she's looking for outside help because the elves are kind of, they're stuck to being elves. They don't have all of the same skill sets that an adventuring party might have, and they're soldiers, so they have to stay at home, they have to stay in the city, and whilst they're at war, she's kind of hiring any mercenaries she can to help her out. And so today, the group of you have been called by Queen Roshia to some task which you're unaware of. So in Calita itself, of course, it's this huge city amongst the trees, and it's kind of just made out of trees, basically. It's huge oaks with one central tree in the middle, which is the Queen's tree. And she's called you here today. You may or may not know each other. You can decide whether you've met one another before or not, but totally up to you guys. And because humans are uncommon around here, and adventurers are uncommon, mostly it's just elven citizens. So I'll give you guys a moment to think about why you guys came to Calita, kind of what side of the war you might be on, and of course I give a chance to remind you guys in chat that a few ways you can interact with our show. So we're already on 10 retweets, which is worrying for these guys, because at 25 you guys get to decide anything which happens to them in this game. So if you're on a screw of the party, then the best way to do that is to retweet, and at 25 you can just decide what happens to them. So previously we've had Finbar's character turning into the Juggercock, and this giant bird-like creature, and running around. So A lot of madness can occur, as Redundant is looking forward to there in chat. So, of course, if you haven't followed as well, hit that follow button and join us. It's the best way to keep up with over 130, 50 hours of D&D every single month. And at the end of this show, I'm dropping hot exclusives as to the next 24-hour D&D stream and when that is happening, because we do one of those every single month. And I have a cast list and a whole lot of exclusives to drop then. So stick around to the end of the show. Other than that, though, you can, of course, donate to affect our game as well. Give players nat 1s, really screw them. Give players nat 20, reward them. And anything else, you can give them magical items and all sorts of crazy nonsense. You check the donate section down below. But other than that, I digress. Let's get into tonight's session. So the group of you walk into the courtroom of the lovely Queen, Roshir, the Elven Queen, and you're here. As you just walk in, you see before you there's a bunch of centaur guards, kind of who also double up as waiters with their kind of hooves, and they offer you food as you're walking in. You see Queen Roshir herself sitting on this throne of sorts. It's pretty simple looking throne. There's nothing kind of really audacious about it, but she is wearing these strange boots, and these boots are down to a wild magic surge. But her boots look like they're probably the most uncomfortable boots that you've ever seen worn. They have spikes all over them. You can see the spikes digging into her feet, and you actually see like bits of blood coming from them. But she seems perfectly happy about this. She is kind of like, you know, just waggling her little toes and having a great time as you walk in. You see her. She's got this luscious brown hair down to her shoulders, and she's a very beautiful elf. She's pretty austere, but you know, conversely, to her right lies her general, whose name is General Tarsius. You'd have picked this up from just being around the city at any point. He's a pretty famous guy in the city. He's got a short-cropped, military-style hair. He wears this armor. He looks mostly stern at any point which you look at him, and he's more kind of giving you guys the eye. He's had a few run-ins with adventurers before at this point in the campaign, and he's wary. But she smiles as you enter, and let's get some physical descriptions of your characters. So, starting with Claude, Rocky. What do you look like, rather?
Again, like rock gnome, kind of, you know, not huge in stature, but bigger than what most would be used to from a gnome. He's got the golden kind of mithril vest on. He's got the flowy genie pants, and most importantly, he's got the eyebrow cocked almost at all times. He's got the bow over his shoulder and the rapier by his side.
Nice. And Dan, what does? Are you in Roll20, by the way?
His name, my character's name is Velius.
Velius. Okay, so Velius, what do you look like as we see it?
Well, I'm about 6'3", the character 230. My hair is jet white, bright white. Basically, any sun shines on it, it'll blind everybody in the room. My eyes are also white, so.
Nice.
But I'm also wearing my clothes are also glittery as well. They're got glittery robes on.
Nice. All right then. Moving over to Lilsey. What does? Are you called Lilster?
No, it's Varan.
Varan. Okay, so you can change your name on Roll20, and this goes for all of you. If you click on the cog on the right-hand side of Roll20 and you go down to display name, change your name to your character's name, because I've got, as you can see, like 70 odd character sheets in this Roll20, so I can't remember characters' names unless I glance over. So I will continue to butcher your names until that happens. So Varan, what do you look like?
About 6'4", very light, long blonde hair, very pointy chin, wearing black leathers with two small daggers on the waist. Yeah, just a typical elf, I guess, like that.
Oh. Okay. Down to and Yanko, I don't know what your character's called again, because if you change your name on Roll20 for me, that would help.
Is it up there? Grimnir.
Grimnir.
Basically square in profile, just under 5 foot.
Uh-huh.
He's dressed for heavy weather and rain, like sailors wear on storm ships.
Nice. Okay, cool. So,
Grey beard, grey hair, yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm done. Sorry.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. So, as you come in, the Queen kind of says, "Oh, hello, come in. Oh, wow, you're an interesting group. Good to see you. Food, and the centaurs bring you like trays of like ambrosia and salads and all sorts of some wines as well. It's all very kind of fine dining. And she says, how are you all doing? Yeah, how do you like your stay in Calita?
As she's halfway through saying this, I'm already in on my. Finally, Barack has come back to Calita.
Wow, I'd never seen you here before. How are you, Rocky?
I've had the world famous pie, and the Rock has one question.
Okay.
Is there pie now?
There can be, yes, there certainly can be. And centaurs, and one of them brings like a pie over to you.
The Rock starts in on the pie.
Yeah, it's like a raspberry and cranberry and berry jam sort of pie. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
All I'd like to know is where can a high elf get a drink around here? I've been kind of looking around.
Drinks, and they bring over some wines for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, good. I'm sure the dwarf. Maybe you'd like some ale. I hear your kin are fond of ale.
What I call ale, you call water.
I see. So you'd like some water? Water for the dwarf. And they bring you some water, thinking that they're giving you ale. And she smiles. Great. Varan. Do you need anything? Are you okay? Food, water?
I'm fine, my queen, but I'm curious as to why your feet are bleeding.
Oh, yeah, they've been doing that ever since, but they're so comfortable. No one's asked about this before, but they are really, really comfortable shoes. I have no idea. I'd try them on, but they're not your size. Yeah.
I'll pass, thank you.
Okay. Well, the offer's there. I can get my bootmaker onto you if you're interested. But I digress. I do have something I need your help with. You see, as you know, we're at war with the Northern Realms, with the humans here, and it's they came to a battle not last week. In the human camp, our Ents were for some reason they decided to attack the humans, and many of them were slain. The humans themselves suffered great defeat as well, but in the end the Ents were much diminished in the forest, and this has led to an imbalance in the natural forces in our woods. You see, the Ents are like guardians. They protect the forest, they keep it, and they protect it, and without many of their number left, we are seeing some problems, and there have been disturbing sightings of beasts which can jump through time and space and appear suddenly somewhere else. They are known to our sages as Displacer Beasts. They can suddenly disappear and then suddenly appear somewhere else, and they've been hunting down much of the population, and they are such excellent predators that they have caused an imbalance in the ecosystem of the forest, which is sacred. And now you understand, we're obviously fine with there being predators, they are necessary, but these beasts have been eating elves and humans and everyone, and honestly, they are a threat to the forest itself. They are located, as I'm sure you're about to ask, in the northwestern section of the forest, and we can give you directions there. And of course, Varan is an excellent scout, and of course, any elf worth his salt will be able to find his way through our forest. But they are there, and we fear that there might be something worse behind them, because such creatures do not suddenly appear. They are from a different plane of existence, so it leads us to worry as to whether there is some rift in the fabric of our worlds, or perhaps some summoner who has been bringing them here to create havoc.
Well, do not worry, good sir. I'm well versed in everything magical, so I'll definitely be able to figure out any type of problem you have.
Just to clarify, she is a queen, so, she is a
Oh,
she.
sorry.
No worries.
I would say, madam.
Yeah. She says, well, excellent. That's why I hired you, and obviously, Rocky, you are renowned for your talents in defeating any adversary.
The Rock is only here for two things: pie eaten and jabroni beaten. So The Rock says, just bring it.
Okay, well, she's kind of flustered. It's here on the map, and she kind of pointed to it in the map, and you get a very kind of good sense of direction as to where this kind of problem is occurring. And Varan and Grimnir, is there any questions that you have? Anything I can help you with?
No, I say we go for it. We take on the Displacers.
Oh, you're a brave soul, Varan. I admire that in you. Of course, Grimnir, you're no doubt thinking about pay, about what you get in return for doing this. It's dangerous work, and I wouldn't risk your lives for nothing. But we are.
As long as I get, I'm sorry, Queen.
Yes.
As long as I get a nice, some nice wine, I'll be fine with working. I'm well within money. I don't have to. You don't have to pay me with money. Wine is good for me. Thank you.
Oh, that is most kind. I have
I'll
acquired
wine with precious metals.
the precious metals. We have many of. Yes, okay. We do have some of your human gold coins. So
Yeah.
for those who are interested, I'll give 100 golds to each of you. But of course, I'll allow you to speak of our smiths and attain some of our precious metals, and of course our finest wines. So, other than that, I just thank you for your service.
I don't mean to appear rude, Madam Queen, but
Yeah.
do you enjoy your shoes there?
Oh yes, they're very comfortable.
Okay, I was just asking, just making sure you're fine with those shoes.
Oh yes, she waggles them. Very comfortable. Thank you. And like Tarsius, like the short crop general, says, unless there's anything else, you can go now.
Okay, very well.
Queen says, okay, bye, see you soon. Have fun. And you guys are outside in the upper boughs of the trees. So whereabouts? What about what you guys doing? Are you gonna get anything in preparation for the adventure? Are you all set? Are you heading straight off? What is the plan here?
The Rock pecks in as many pies as he can.
Obviously, goes without saying.
I of course gracefully grab every bottle of wine I can and put it in my pack and put my thumbs up, ready to go.
All right then. Varan, you all set to go?
Yep, I'm all set.
All right then. Then finally, Grimnir, you good?
I know nothing about Displacer Beasts. Am I sure that this? Sorry, what is your name again, Daniel? Character's name?
My character's name is Velius.
Velius. What do you know of these arcane beasts?
Oh, these phaser beasts? I'll actually have to see one because there's many different kinds of phase beasts we could encounter. So, unfortunately, I haven't heard much of an explanation of them other than they're phase beasts. So I have to see what.
So I know you humans are short-lived, but do you just run in with no information? Is this how you do things around here? I'm new.
I am not human. I'm a high elf.
Sorry, would you keep his... I'm losing track of who's what. Sorry.
It's okay, no problem.
Elves then. I thought you were long-lived. You should know better.
Yes, I do know better, but I have also learned that some things are easily taken care of.
Let me guarantee you that no matter what.
I look forward to finding out.
Not only that, but the Rock seems extremely.
The Rock is ready to lay the smacketh down.
I'm expecting headbutts from that man.
Of course, I'm sure we'll be fine.
All right then. So as the the group of you just blindly gonna head out to the northwest. You set on out. Who's actually leading the way here? Who's probably like the best trained scout? It
It doesn't matter. The rock is out front.
The rock is going.
Yeah. I was
Alright,
about
then.
to say that the big burly guy can get in front. I'll just kind of, wander
Yeah.
in behind him.
Okay.
I love a good trauma magnet. It's great.
So, Claude, could you roll me just a survival check, seeing as you're kind of, getting the passage here, seeing which way you guys are going, making sure you're on the right track. The rock knows all, of course, so let's see exactly how well he's leading you guys. So, on a 6, perfect. So, roll of a 6 isn't too great there. So the rock himself is, he's leading you guys off kind of northwards, ish,
We're
but
going
not
down.
really north by northwest. And not aware of this until you get to a river, which definitely isn't in your map. On your map, like you look at it and you're like, hang on, we must be here rather than here. And you're over this river, and there's this big rushing river in front of you, and it's going quick enough that none of you could probably swim it. You'd have to be very athletic swimmers to kind of get across the river because the current is so strong. But of course there are obstacles that you could attempt to kind of push over and stuff. But at this point you're stuck either having to go back several hours or trying to get across this river. So I'll leave you guys thinking about that predicament that the rock has led you into there.
Did anyone bring any rope?
I bought pies.
Build a pie bridge.
Unfortunately, no, I do not have any rope on me. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna say it. Told you so.
So you got no rope. How good swimmers are you guys? I mean, imagine a rock is a
Yeah,
excellent swimmer.
the rock is already like halfway in dive, like tried to motion in, but he's just wondering if the rest of these guys are going to be able to get
So
across.
swimming is athletics, right? Correct?
It would be an athletics check if you want to attempt to swim across this current.
Yeah, I have a +2. Well,
I'm feeling lucky. What could go wrong?
I have Revivify. It's cool. One of them dies.
Drowning.
How far across is this?
I mean, it's probably about 20 feet across, so it's a fair swim across.
oh Lord, I rolled a 4.
Velius on the 4 there. So, as you're attempting to kind of swim across, I mean, Velius, you're not like the buffest kind of guy, and you're a wizard. So, you try and you go in with a lot of confidence, seeing that Larocque is doing it as well. But you are swiftly taken away down the river, and you're actually starting to go under a lot, and you see him come back up 10 feet down the river. He's actually kind of going off down.
Yeah, at this point the rock jumps in to go save him.
The rock does what, sorry?
The rock goes in to try to catch up,
Yeah.
does the hard swim to try to catch him.
Make that roll. That's an athletics check.
Why
So yeah,
are we
Tazika.
cross- Why are we
Oh,
crossing-
13.
Why are we crossing a river that's not on our map? First,
Yeah.
We're supposed to be on the other side of the river. We just came around the river.
are we? Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah. So yeah,
Fair
Tazika
enough.
just got in. How far along our lane system? We just started really. They're just off to find the Displacer Beasts and put an end to some Displacer Beasts. But they're trying to get across the river right now. And Dan's character, Velius, is drowning at the moment, and the Rock, played by Claude Bernard, is trying to save him. Thanks so much to Shep for that host. Also, if you guys are new and you're just joining in, then do hit that follow button. So as you're at the rock, swimming down towards him, you're catching up to him because you're going with the river and you're swimming. So you're catching up to him and making some good progress. But what about Varan and Grimnir here? You guys swimming?
I'm just waiting and seeing if everybody gets to the other side. Someone is going to have to go last, and I guess it'll be me.
Okay, so Varan, doesn't look like Grimnir is going anywhere at this point.
All right. Well, I jump in as well to try and help these two.
Before he jumps in, can I use guidance on what's the gentleman called again? Varan. Just to help, because I'm assuming he's going to have to lift some people and shift some weight.
Exactly, that makes sense. So, you guys guidance on him. So that gives you what, a +4 or so?
Plus 1d4 on 1
1d4,
action.
Alright then. So, Varan, can you roll me an athletics check? I know you're saying how do I roll in
Yeah.
roll 20. So what you do is /roll, and then space 1d20 plus your athletics bonus. That's /roll space 1d20 plus your athletics bonus.
Not that it matters now, but I did roll a 6 last time. I didn't add the modifier.
Oh,
If that
okay.
helps any.
You're drowning slightly less.
Oh, hooray!
Yeah, makes a big difference. Makes all the difference.
Are they?
Essex.
They're moving down the river at this point, correct?
They are moving down the river. You're going to lose sight of them in a little bit.
I'll,
Really.
I'll wander along or run
yeah.
along the bank.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So Varan rolled a natural 1 on that. So, and it is in fact a
Wow.
0 that one. So.
So
unfortunately,
Varan's drowning with us, great.
yeah, pretty much. So as the rock, as you're swimming, by, you suddenly see like Varan like underwater, like drowning, going along past you, and then past Velius as well. As the two of you guys are now like drowning together, and the rock is just like trying to swim after you, whilst Grimnir follows you guys along the shore, as it were. So, I'll take it back to Velius here, seeing as you were going first. So, what's the plan as you're drowning?
I'm actually looking at my spells here, trying to see if I can cast a spell to get me out of this.
This is a short episode, guys. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna die right now.
Yeah, may as well just drown myself.
Look, if I get to you within a minute of you dying, you'll be fine.
That's good.
Reassuring. Seeing that he's going down the river very quickly and drowning. What could go wrong, right?
Maybe I can use my Ray of Frost to freeze the river. You think I could do that?
Yeah, sure. You'd probably end up doing some damage to yourself because you're doing it underwater around you, but I'd let you do it, yeah.
Oh, cool. All right, let me.
Should have nerfed that river.
I'm gonna attack this river.
Attack the river, yeah.
Let's see.
You killed the river. God damn.
You killed the river. How could you?
You monster.
I am monster. I am a monster. All right, Ray of
Peter, he's
Frost.
attacking the river. River cruelty, man. River cruelty.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yes.
All right, so I'll give you a minute to look
Roll
over this
here.
How's it going, Firefly? Video game, excellent. They are drowning currently at the moment, Firefly, so it's
Yes.
going well so far.
So I cast my Ray of Frost and I do 5 damage to myself, apparently.
Right, so,
But
yeah, so what you do is you basically freeze yourself into an ice cube. So you kind of like you cast out this spell in the water while you're drowning. You take this damage on yourself, but you like stop yourself with kind of like a wall of ice, which is like in the way of where you are. You're still underwater, but you can like pull yourself up from this ice, and it's and you're not currently drowning, but you're kind of stuck in the middle of the
thank
river.
God.
But I guess Varan, seeing as you rolled that nat 1, you're coming past him at this point. So there is an obstacle in the middle of the river, which is this ice wall which he's put up. But you're gonna have to if you want to catch onto it, you'd have to swim over to it. You're not gonna hit into it at this point. So you could try and swim over to that if you want. You can try whatever you want really to try and get out of this drowning situation which you're currently in.
Okay, yeah, so I just make a beeline as fast as I can, flapping my arms around, going for this wall.
Nice. Get to the wall of ice. Quick. So yeah, once again, 1d20 plus your athletics bonus, just so you're tracking that. The Rock is loved by the locals. He's the people's champion. I mean, yeah, it's true. It's very true. We actually had The Rock in season 2 of this West Marches game. We're currently in season 4 technically. So The Rock was here in NPC form months ago, before we even knew he'd become a player character. So Varan rolled a 7. So not so hot again. So Varan, as you're drowning, you try and get onto the wall, but it's cold and it's icy. You can't get onto a slippery surface, and you sail down the river, further down into what looks like it could start to be a rapids situation, which would be very bad for you indeed. It rapidly become bad. So
It couldn't be a picnic pond or something like that. No, it had to be.
no, of course not. No. So yeah, some people are there just just sailing on a little rowboat happily down the river. There are some ducks. No, of course not. There's deadly sharks at the bottom. The rock, you were swimming after them. It seems at this point like Velius could be safe because he's on this rock. But the immediate danger is Varan. As you sight ahead, looking down, you can see that there are indeed rapids rapidly approaching. So, what are you up to?
Has he gone past this?
He's gone past the wall of ice at this point. Yeah.
Oh, geez. I guess I have no other choice but to try to keep on dashing after him. Another athletics check, or what do I do?
Yeah, another athletics would work for me. As you're heading through this water, splashing away, trying to reach your companion here. On an 18, you can just grab him by the scruff of the neck and kind of chuck him up onto shore. Yeah, yeah. You just throw him up, and Velius, Varan, you are left kind of spluttering on the other side of the river, coughing and spluttering up your lungs as you were saved by the rock. The rock is, of course, still on a collision course with the rapids at this point. So, Grimnir, what about you, man? Because you're on the kind of safe side of the shore.
Yeah, does the rock look just overconfident, or is he actually okay?
I mean, you've just seen him be arrested by the police. It sounds like.
Sorry, yeah.
You just you see him just grab him and chuck him up onto the river. So he looks pretty strong. But having said that, he is also heading straight into rapids. So.
Okay, I'm gonna dive in across the river towards him, and then hopefully we can manage to get out together.
Nice. Okay. So roll me an athletics check. And we are at 13 retweets out of 25, so we're over halfway there at this point. Hope you guys are feeling nice and nervous about that. So on an 8, no cigar, unfortunately. So you kind of dive in, and you like splash into it, and you're kind of in a mess of limbs with the rock right now. The shock of the cold hits you as well as you enter the water, and the two of you are just kind of a bunch of flailing limbs in the river together right now.
Sorry, I'm new to Roll20. What is the 8 and /14? What are the two numbers represent?
Okay, so yeah, it's a good question. On the 8 and a 14, so it rolls as if you have advantage all the time, basically.
Yeah.
So you would take the highest if you had advantage, but for this, we just always take the column left to the first roll.
So what is the yes I'm proficient tag on the character sheet imply?
So if you're proficient in it, it adds your proficiency bonus to it. So any skill that you're proficient in, it will kind of maps it out for you.
Cool, got it. Thank you.
No worries. Velius, as you're kind of up wall of ice, you've still got like a bit of the river to cross. How are you gonna get across to the other side here, where Varan is?
Well, how thick is this wall of ice, you think?
I mean, it's probably like a few feet across. You could probably stand on it if you're trying to grab yourself up and jump across.
Make an ice boat.
Yeah.
Make an ice boat, yes. Well, I'd like to. Yeah. How about from where I am? About how far are my pals that are gonna probably drown if I?
I mean, they're 20 feet. They're getting further away by the second.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to jump up on my ice here. Well, climb up. What kind of roll is that?
All right, give me like an acrobatics check, and if you succeed, I'll allow you to kind of jump over to the other side of the river as well.
Okay.
Because you're not too far away.
20 plus 2.
So close.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so far.
That's plus 2. So yeah, I didn't.
Yeah. I don't think any of you guys have rolled really anything over like a 12 at this point, other than the rock.
No,
so
not at all.
It really is.
So I'm still. Hopefully, I'm still clinging onto my wall.
Yeah. So basically, you're clinging onto the wall, but you're not making any progress at this point. So I know some rolls for you guys: 7, 8, 5, 1. Yeah, pretty interesting. So Varan, you're on the other side of the river.
Yeah.
You take a moment to kind of cough up your lungs and get some water out, water out your urine and stuff. But Yeah, what's the next move here? You see Velius trying to grab himself up, and you see your friends going down into the rapid section. So, what's the plan?
Can I have a look around and see if there's anything like a long branch sticking out of a tree, maybe like
Yeah.
close to him?
Sure, yeah.
Something like that.
There's a conveniently length branch nearby.
Okay, well, I guess I'll
Okay,
run
good
up,
movie.
climb above it, and try and reach for Valius.
I like it. Go for it. So, why don't you make me just a dexterity saving throw, just to see if you can like snatch it, because you're trying to hold onto the wall and then trying to snatch it is like a quick reaction type thing.
Alright, no problem. Let's see. And what kind of roll? What kind of was it again? I'm sorry.
Dexterity saving throws. There's 1d20 plus
Dexterity.
your dex bonus,
Okay.
whatever that may be.
Okay. Plus 2.
So, oh no, that's a
Oh my
natural
God.
1. So,
Net 1 plus 2. Yay!
it's incredible luck from these guys.
now I understand why I DM and I don't play.
Right? Yeah. I mean, now you understand. So, it's that's pretty funny. So yeah, you grab out to get it, but you snap the branch as you grab it, and as you do it, you lose your balance, and you're off down the rapids with the other guys. You're, as you're off down the river. Oh no, they're after me now too, Claude. God no! As the police are going up. That takes it to the group of flailing limbs that is the Rock and
That could be
Grimnir.
our band name, the Flailing Limbs.
Yeah. You're a pretty badass combo right now. So, what are you guys up to? You've got a few moments before you enter a rapid section here.
I'm gonna just. Oh, sorry. You can speak first, Claude. Sorry.
So I'm sorry, your character's name is Grinnar, right? Grinnar.
Grimnir.
Grimnar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far is the rock? Okay, a couple questions. How deep is this water, and how far are we from like the bank?
Okay, so the water appears to be pretty deep. You haven't touched the bottom yet. Obviously, you're a rock gnome, which doesn't help. But none of you have like touched the bottom.
Dwarf and a rock gnome.
Yeah, it's pretty. Man, it's like 2 inches deep now. No, it's deep enough that it's dark enough that you can tell that this water probably goes pretty deep down here. Lengthwise, I think we said it's about at least 20 feet across. So you're kind of in the center of it right now. Just a tangle of limbs. This music is far too calm. Okay.
I you know what? The rock is running out of ideas. Keep on trying. So he's
You go. So cool. I wonder if like you need to move your mic slightly close to you, because occasionally you sound loud, and then it just kind of cuts to kind of quiet. I don't know if that's just on mine.
Sorry about that. Is that any better?
That's better. That's much better. So
Okay.
So the rock is out of ideas. Grimnir, what's your plan?
There's not a thing.
I have a very
Oh, no, it is
limited
good.
skill set as far as spells are concerned. I can either blast things to death, or
Sure.
blow them off of things, or put ice everywhere. That might just kill us. I think just try and swim to the shore with my stubby little legs and my stubby little arms flailing.
Swim for the ERP. Sure. Okay. So give me that athletics test then, as you're desperately trying to get to the other side and grab onto something. Do you see?
Yeah,
your...
lightning, magic, and water.
Yeah, not such a great combo there.
So instant death? That's what we're talking about here?
Pretty much, yeah.
I do get to maximize the damage. That
That's
helps.
a 9. Oh no. That's a 9, and therefore it's a 9. So, you were heading straight down into the rapid section at this point. The captain goes down of his ship. The Rock, you can make me another athletics check if you want to stop this from happening to you as well. It's all to play for. On a 16, that's enough. So you reach this side and you can grab on to the shore, and just like grab yourself up. Go
Can
ahead.
I maybe use it instead to try to give chase to him? Because if I still him cease,
Yeah, if you.
Yeah, I'd rather.
All right, so if you wanna run up to him, you can. You gotta swim up to him. You grab him, and you've got like a few moments here. You don't have time to like grab onto like the shore, because you've had to swim straight after this guy.
Can I do another quick strength check or something?
Yeah, that sounds good to me. So roll me another quick athletics check to grab onto a branch that is just handily sticking out heroically. On a 13, we'll give it to you. So you just you grab onto this branch just before he goes down into the rapids. You kind of grab him by the kind of collar and like drag him backwards, and you guys can all come up onto the other side of the shore, safe-ish and sound.
Thank you, God. Oh.
Thank you, noble.
I start like flushing water off my robes and everything. I was like, thank you very much for saving us, God.
I look very sheepish as I consider that I'm actually a sailor, and I'm like, oh God, what have I been doing in my life?
Best not dwell on it. So the group of you are somewhat exhausted by the time you get to the other side. What's up, my smooth? And you know,
I think
you're pretty
perhaps we should
exhausted
set
at
up
this point.
camp or something.
Yeah, you probably want. I mean, it's getting darker. I mean, it's probably kind of coming to afternoon, evening time. But you guys are just shattered.
All right, before we continue this, I'm going to break out some cups from my pack and some wine. I'm going to pour everybody a glass of wine and give it to everyone and say, "That's a good job, everyone. Way to go."
I'm gonna start getting my rolling tobacco and my pipe ready, but it's really pungent, so I might sit a little bit off to the side.
Okay.
Really thin.
Yeah. Okay.
But before that, sorry. Is everybody fine? Is anybody hurt? Does anybody need me to look at anything that's bending the wrong way?
I took a little damage frosting myself, but I'm okay other than that.
Frosting myself. Gave yourself a frosting.
Exactly.
You want me to look at that bruise?
If you could, thank you.
Cool. I'm gonna try and heal what he's got, which is
Sure,
probably
yeah.
gonna be killed.
Give me a.
Your wounds.
Give me a cure wounds there. And running goes on the hours. You guys are setting up camp. If you guys are new in chat and you're enjoying this water-based adventure so far, then do hit that follow button and join us. And at 3,500 followers, you guys get to decide what happens in the game. And we're not actually that far away from that figure, so that could be pretty exciting.
That heals me completely. Thank you very much.
Nice. That's a heal for 9. That's pretty nice. So yeah, you guys can rest up. Varan, what are you doing here as you're other than thanking my T Smooth for following? Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You are a gentleman and a scholar. But yeah, Varan, what are you up to?
So I guess we're on the way to this forest. Can I scout ahead? Have a look?
You're in the woods at this point. You've been traveling through the woods a little bit. I mean, basically the whole place is a big forest. But you've come up to the other side of the river and you're kind of setting up camp at this point. So go ahead.
Okay, well in that case, I just I go ahead to Valis and get a glass of wine and join him.
Nice.
Here you are, friend. Enjoy.
Thank you.
So I guess you guys are not like aware of who you guys are really, and at this point you've just basically formed up, and you haven't had a chance to like speak to one another or like get to know each other very well really, other than just communally drowning, which is a bonding experience for everyone. It's safe to say, but yeah, we're gonna have a little campfire scene here as you guys take some watches and take the night and drink some wine and rest and recover before the adventure tomorrow. So any kind of inter-character kind of bits where you want to talk to another character or get to know them a little bit better, feel free to jump into at this point.
I'd actually like to sit down and do some sort of a check to check my books for info on these Displacer Beasts, if I could.
Sure. Yeah, you can roll me a history check. As you're
Okay.
Going through your books and tomes, seeing what's what.
Let's see, history. I have.
This is going very fast for a dwarf.
So
Yeah,
again,
that's awesome.
7.
So I'm not rolling. I'm just gonna watch you guys play.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
rolling
kind of sit in the audience, wasn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, you know that they are from a different plane of existence, and basically that they're very dangerous creatures. Yeah.
That's awesome. Good.
So, so is anyone else doing anything around the campfire? Go ahead.
I'll pass some of this very pungent rolling tobacco around. Does anybody want some? Yeah.
I will take some. Thank you.
Trying to make friends in my awkward way.
Drugs. Do you kids want to do some drugs? Yes, please. Okay. What about the rock? I mean, are you just stony silent here, tucking into pies? You getting to know anyone, or?
The Rock is gonna eat pies for the duration of the night and work out, and invite anyone who would like to train their musculature with him, as he believes that they might need a little bit of it to bulk up with him. Anybody that wants out, he'd love to have them join.
Anyone gonna join the rock in working out?
I kind of look up from my books at the rock and go, I'm good, thanks. And I go back into my books and keep reading.
I'm very interested to see what kind of exercises a gnome does.
He just eats pies for most of the night.
That bulk, yeah, cool.
Working out. You can smell the rocks cooking. I thought you might be able to. So, yeah, Varan, as you're drinking, are you doing anything else during the night, keeping watch, or?
Yeah, just keeping watch really.
Okay. So, what do you Varan? What do you think of this group that you're with, out of interest? Seeing as you're the silent, strong type, and you just met these guys. So, what are your thoughts on the party as a whole? I guess.
Oh, sorry, are you talking to me?
Yeah, to Varan,
Oh.
just an insight into what Varan is thinking, I guess.
Yeah, very interesting group. I think without the rock, we probably would have all died. Yeah, very strong group, I guess. Good mix of different classes and skills.
Yeah. You guys are certainly getting along much better than the group last week, who both 2 and 2 tried to kill each other, which was great fun. But it's it's good to see
Very
some.
entertaining.
Yeah, good to see some comradeship. So you guys can head off the next morning. So once again, I'm guessing the Rock is leading the charge on this one. So once again, the Rock, go ahead.
I would like to vote on this.
I'm convinced we're lost. I
No
don't think
offense,
I'm the only
no
one that
offense, Rock, but I'd like to vote for a new leader if you don't mind.
The Rock understands.
It's the people's champion after all.
He's of the people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, then. So
People's vote.
whoever takes the lead here, go ahead and roll me this survival check. We'll see. We'll see exactly how lost you guys get again, or not for the.
If I'm not mistaken, Night Elf Rangers are very good with directions. Why don't you go ahead and roll, Bran?
I'm a rogue, but yeah, I could do.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry, yeah.
yeah, no.
I'm not bad at it. I'm just not amazing at it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm-
yeah.
So
Well,
if you want me to
with your
Um,
guys' luck, should be fine.
What am I rolling for? Survival.
Survival checks here, 1d20
Yeah.
plus your survival skill. So, I guess that's
Two.
that's a +1. So,
The Rock should always lead.
yeah. You guys once again are getting lost. It takes you a very long time to get anywhere close to where you want to be. Essentially, you're having some troubles with the map, namely that it was upside down, and then you spent half the day, and then you turn it around and you're like, oh, this makes so much more sense, and start heading in the right direction. But you've taken a lot of time in getting here. So as you do approach, go ahead.
When it's becoming very obvious that we're lost, like
Yeah.
super obvious.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then, can I secretly make a survival check just to see
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I can where we're going?
You take the lead.
I might not even say anything. I just want to know.
Okay. Nat 20. Hello. So yeah, you were the guy that like you turn the map upside down again to the right way up, and you're like, hello. This is where we're going wrong.
I don't say anything. I just
Yeah. I mean, you just know when you're heading in.
I'm just like, let's see where this goes. I
Okay.
don't know if I can trust these people in a like life or death situation. Before I get to the life or death situation.
Makes sense. So yeah, you're aware that you're going the wrong way, but you do get there eventually. You do start to make your way over to this northern grove here, and as you approach it, you see amidst the boughs of the trees grow much darker than the kind of standard oak that was here before. There are what appear to be tangles of webs and the kind of morning dew is still upon them as you kind of enter, but it's very dark in here. This part of the forest doesn't have much openness. The canopy is like a shroud over your faces, and the air is a bit colder here. As the boughs grow dark, you look up and you can see that the trees themselves, like I say, are covered in these webs, but it's clearly the home of some web growing or laying creature, because there's a lot of them, and they kind of create this network, I suppose, of a web throughout the different trees above you. Not on the ground though. The ground seems like it's a safe spot. Go ahead.
I know I'm gonna regret this, but could I do a perception check really quick to maybe look around and see if I see anything else?
Yeah, you want to see your impending death. That makes sense, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
This adventure has been a rocky road thus far.
Thus far, yes.
The puns. Okay.
Yay, 7!
7? Oh my lord. That's incredible.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
I'll be kind enough to remind you guys that you can donate to give players nat 1s, nat 20s inspiration. So if you do feel like you need to,
really don't need no nat ones. We're doing just fine on that
It's
front.
fine.
They're doing pretty great on their own, honestly. So, but if you're feeling kind, then you can help them out. But yeah, you don't spot anything. Don't take your luck for granted. It's fun.
Yeah, on a 7, I understand why I see gosh darn nothing.
Yeah, you either across your deepened books, or you just don't really see anything as you're out here. Yeah, the dice gods have not been appeased this afternoon, and nothing catches your eye other than the odd kind of critter which is running around. As you're
having fought a fair number of beasts and creatures in the Rock's time, can he do a roll to see if he has any kind of recognition of what this might be?
Yeah, a quick nature check is all you'd need to identify what kind of creature might lay such webs. So on a 16, yeah, I mean, this is clearly, and obviously you're clever enough to know that a spider does make a web, but there are also other kinds of creatures which lay webs. As far as you're aware of, growing in these forests, there shouldn't be any. It should be some kind of big spider colony around here.
Well, I guess I should have been more specific. Like, can I tell, like, with it, maybe how long it's been since they've come through this specific area, what direction they might have gone in, anything like that?
So, as you're kind of looking at the webs, if you wanted to know that sort of information, you'd have to, like, get up there into the boughs of the trees. From down here, you can pretty much tell that, I mean, the webs are... You know how like really old cobwebs are just really dusty? They don't have any like loads of dust in them or anything. They look like they're probably fairly freshly made, and they're kept up to date basically. So every now and again they'll go and lay a new bit of road, as it were.
They're just ready for a potential victim.
Pretty much, yeah. You do see some flies, kind of like in them, but like the webs are so huge that the flies are barely doing anything really. You do see like a squirrel, a couple of squirrels kind of caught in here. Yeah. So probably some kind of spiders like this.
So we've got a canopy of webs above us.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Could I possibly climb up and have a look to see if there's anything up there?
So yeah, you can climb up right here. You roll a perception check whilst you're up here. You kind of shimmy up a tree. And we see Varan going up. So roll me a perception check on a 26. Hello. That is much more like it. So that 18 is finally going to pass for you guys. You can spot up here that there are indeed a colony of spiders, but they're asleep right now. You kind of like look up whilst you're up here, and in the very highest boughs of the trees, where the canopy kind of should be, where it's just a kind of a cocoon of webs, you see what are a bunch of sleeping spiders. They are huge, however. They're probably about as large as any of you, just one of them, and they are just kind of sleeping. You know how like bats sleep like on a upside down? They're kind of sleeping like bats right now, with the trail of web kind of like leaving them in stasis, kind of hanging just above you. And there are many of them. There are 10 of these, at least just here. And as you look around, you start to see a few more. So,
Yeah, I think we should go.
Yeah. How big are they?
about as large as you, yeah.
Oh yeah, let's run.
How widely spread out are they in the canopy? Are they
I
like
mean, so
clustered
this
together?
kind of-
or they're like-
Yeah, there are a bunch of them kind of like together. They're like 4 or 5 of them together, and then you see other ones which are just kind of sleeping around this section of the forest. But you know, the problem which you're currently presented with, which you kind of look when you check your map, is like this whole section of the forest as you're looking out seems to be a similarly kind of their home essentially. And luckily enough, you've come at a time where they're sleeping. But whilst you could avoid this particular like little nest, throughout the rest of the forest, as far as you can see, the place that you need to go is also has a problem with these spiders in that they live here. I mean, not necessarily a problem because they're just the natural dwelling creatures that live here, but they also happen to probably be highly dangerous.
So I guess I'll be the first one to try to sneak out of here and probably wake everybody up. So let's do this.
Hold on,
That sounds like some sneak
question.
checks.
Quick question: are they like
Yeah.
dominating the landscape? So it's just spider webs and spiders, or is this? Do we
So-
think 50 feet in or 30 feet in there'll be some other bush?
Yeah, so
whatever?
Varan can tell because he's up here in the trees. As far as the eye can see, as far as his elven eyes see, there are cobwebs. So looks probably to be the case. That
Can I ask him if he sees any potential way around or through?
Sure. Varan, on that 26, I'll let you keep rocking that good roll there. You can spot a way through here, which would run minimal risk to you. You kind of spot the way, but it does involve climbing across some of these trees.
So I can get through it, but nobody else.
I mean, everyone else could if they can climb up a tree and have a little bit of balance. It's not easy, but it would be safer in your opinion.
All right, what am I rolling to climb a tree here?
I mean, I'll let you just like shimmy up the tree. I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
anyone can kind of grab up a tree. You know, you're
All right,
adventurers at level 7.
I'll shimmy up the tree with Varan here.
Okay, so yeah, Varan.
The rock really doesn't like this idea.
Do you vocalize that to the group?
Yeah, definitely. The rock doesn't like this idea.
So the gnome is scared of climbing?
No, the gnome isn't scared of climbing. The gnome is scared of the dwarf and the non-rogue elf climbing.
Ah.
We saw what happened in the river. And unfortunately, the gnome isn't big enough to carry. The gnome might be able to carry the dwarf. If the rogue could get the other elf on his back, we might be able to do something along those lines.
The irony of that statement is dwarfs don't like to be carried. So
You'll have to toss me.
Don't stereotype me, racist.
So what's the plan gonna be here? Because Varan, you know this route. Are you gonna? I guess you've probably vocalized this to the group or to at least Velius, who's up here with you. Velius, you can see this route as well. So is the plan to jump across the trees or?
As much as I don't like climbing, I think it's a safer bet than having to trek through miles of spider death. Lesser of two evils, I feel.
Okay.
Well, I'm just wondering, is it kind of like a thing of where would it be impossible to like have them like on our backs and try to trek this? Does that seem out of the question, or?
That sounds possible to you, yeah. I mean,
I
you could grab
think
on your back and do it.
The rock likes the idea that way,
Sure. Okay.
but it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I say we go for it. I say we go for the canopy.
oh well, I'm already up here with Varan, so I'll go along with him.
All right. Then.
All right.
So
Great.
so who's on who at this point?
Well, I would assume the dwarven gentleman would be with me because I don't think I could carry an elf.
Okay. So you're carrying Grimnir at this point. So let's start with Varan, seeing as you're going first. So Varan, you can roll me a stealth check whilst you're going up here to
Okay.
tread silently, which should be should be your forte as a rogue. Let's see. Yeah, 21. Very nice. So you're just kind of creeping on by here through the webs, not making too much noise, not making anyone up, waking anyone up. So let's see then. So Velius, as you're following behind him, give me that stealth check.
Yep. Oh, yay! Hooray!
Yeah, that's 20 at last. So you creep on by and manage to get to the other side with Varan safely as well. But Larocque and Grimnir. So I guess Larocque, because seeing as you're carrying him, you can roll me a stealth check.
Before he does, I'm going to beseech my god for good luck on this venture and cast guidance on the rock. Since it's a cantrip.
So that's like a +4 or?
Plus 1d4.
Do 1d4, I think, yeah.
Okay, so let me roll my stealth.
It's gonna only go well. 17, the perfect number. Do you want to add your default list?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. The total roll should come up pretty well for you. So yeah, on a 19, you sneak your way through these cobwebby boughs of these trees and these branches that you're along until you get to the other side where you're still amongst like cobwebby trees, but at the same time you're away from like active colonies of spiders basically. So there are still the cobwebs, but I don't seem to be like sleeping in this area. You seem to be able to, you know, go back to the ground and probably continue on your way that way. As that happens, you are still in this northwestern section, and you're looking for the Displacer Beasts, and you're very close at this point. I'm going to say that Grimnir, you know exactly where you're going on that 20. You haven't yet vocalized that to the group, but you're going in the kind of right direction.
I'll subtly say I think this is the direction. I won't be overbearing and say I'm fucking leading this. Sorry, I'm swearing. I am leading this group. I'm not going to be doing that. I'll just be like, yeah, I think that's the direction. You're right, and like imply that they're the one that came up with that idea in the first place.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
The Rock is so glad he came up with this idea.
So you lead the group off to the exact part of the forest that you're looking for. And as you draw closer, you come to a clearing in the forest itself, and you can hear, and it's just audible to everyone. You don't need to roll me a perception check, but you can if you want to learn more. You hear this kind of. You know when like a tennis racket is like goes past through air, and you hear this kind of swing of moving through air, or a sword moving through air. It sounds like air is being displaced at a very sudden speed. And you guys are rolling perception checks here. All of you so far that have rolled. Velius, Grimnir, and Varan. You know, you can spot actually just visually as you're coming around into this kind of clearing. You see these creatures which have dog-like bodies. They look just about the size of your average dog, like slightly bigger probably, really. And they have these kind of arm protrusions, like almost like tentacles, coming off of their backs. And as you look at them, they kind of wobble in and out of reality, a bit like a heat haze, as if you were staring down on a desert or something, because they kind of wobble in and out, and then every kind of swoosh, they kind of suddenly go, and then they appear like 10 feet off somewhere else, and they're in this kind of rabble of them. There's at least 5, and they appear to have kind of come out of a hovel, a hole in the ground, some kind of tunnel, where they have just exited from, and they're kind of bouncing around this grove at this point, and you see the object of their attention is one of these giant spiders, which was just like crawling up and apparently woken up due to this sound, which was up in the upper canopies, and they're just kind of like bouncing around this tree, and you see them kind of getting closer to it. Kind of every now and again they'll kind of they'll run and then they'll kind of blink out of reality and blink, and they'll be 10 feet closer to this creature, and then they begin to like sting it with their back tentacles, and they sting this spider. It tries to put up some kind of defense, but it is quickly paralyzed, and its body like shrivels like a insects tend to. Its carapace is kind of broken. This huge like spider, the size of you, just like falls to the ground. They don't eat it. They don't appear to have any interest in its body after it's dead. They just wanted it dead, essentially, and then they continue to kind of like a pride of lions, I suppose. They rest in the shade of this canopy, and they seem to be fairly communal creatures in that they appear to be interacting with one another and
have they seen us yet?
Yeah.
Oh, they've seen us.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. What did you say?
Have they seen us?
Oh, okay. No, I thought you said something completely different. No, they haven't appeared to have seen you at this point. You're far enough away not to draw their attention, but of course, if you're getting closer without trying to be seen, then that would invoke the wrath of the stealth check gods. So yeah, you're probably like 50 feet away, well within sight at this point. So, what are you guys up to?
I say we get ready for fight.
Well, I'm all for fighting, but we might want to try to figure out any way of taking these things down. I mean, 5 of them is quite a bit to be fighting.
Also, if you recall, we're also supposed to find out if this is just a natural infestation or someone is summoning them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure barging in and murdering or failing to murder a bunch of Displacer Beasts is the best idea.
Well, if we investigate further, they might see us and we lose the element of surprise.
So you're proposing lose the element of surprise to avoid losing the element of surprise?
I'm saying I've got stealth. I can maybe go in, take one out, and then you guys can back me up.
Could you potentially get me in close so I can do some sleep magics on them?
Would we know if they're immune to any form of magics at all?
I mean,
Are they
the one person who... I mean, you could roll me like a...
I could attempt to do a magic check on them if you'd like.
An Arcana check, but from the research which you'd done, you couldn't find anything on them, so...
No, I couldn't, no.
So as far as you're aware, you're not too sure. Thanks, Logan, for the host or something.
So we know they can blink around, we know they can poison people with their tentacles, or things with their tentacles.
Yep, that's
Buttons.
apparent, yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you so much to Sammy12 for following. Welcome, my friend,
When-
to the adventure. You, sir,
when they-
are a gentleman and a scholar. Go ahead, mate.
When they stalked the spider, could I get the sense that their primary means of sight and detecting prey was like a normal predator cats, or did I feel there was some kind of other sixth sense?
That's
You know,
good,
that's
Roy.
what-
We're at 22. I mean, they clearly have very good hearing, because they have this kind of preternatural senses where they like immediately all look up together, and you hadn't heard of this spider move at all. So they clearly have very good hearing, but as far as like infrared vision or anything like that, you're not aware of like any kind of real kind of predator sense other than sight and vision being perhaps unnaturally strong.
Can I see if I sense any other presence in the area?
Yeah, do you want to roll me like a... are you just visually looking around, or are you kind of communing with some kind of magic, or...
Yeah, it's mostly going to be visual.
Okay, so that's a perception check. See if you can spot anything else in here from the rock. It's
11.
11. So yeah, you don't. Other than a few other kind of normal critters which might be in the forest, but they're keeping well away from this section. You do have, you take a second look at the tunnel, which you can't really see because it's quite far away, but there's clearly something, there's like a tunnel system leading down from which they came, from which there may be other creatures within, or other entities, you're not really sure.
So we have to find out if this thing's natural or created, correct?
Right.
I could always I'm a master of illusion. I could always cast a image about 120 feet away and get them to go after it, and we can go check that out if you guys want.
Well, we know they like spiders, so yeah, good day.
So yeah, I could create a major image of a spider on the other, well, furthest away from us as I can, and then we can go check that out.
Well, what exactly would we be checking out?
The caves.
The cave systems?
It could be extremely dangerous to have one or two of us stuck in the caves and one or two of us stuck outside. The ones outside will probably be relatively fine, but if you get stuck,
I have to remain out here to keep the image up. So if two of you,
so
if someone wants to run in there and check out the caves while I'm keeping this image up, you can do that.
I think, in my humble opinion, that the stealthy people should be doing the stealthy job. I don't think a dwarf has any business stomping around in I am not stealthy. I'm going to be within 5 feet of that entrance and they're going to see me coming. So, yeah.
Alright, well, I guess I will then.
Alright, cool.
I'm just worried that our friend is going to get murdered as soon as he fails a stealth or something like that.
I'll go in with him and I've got some sleep magic or some stuff that just in case. I'll go in.
I have silence, so maybe I can. I just don't know how much 20 foot can help.
That's actually a really good call, because if we're looking for a potential spellcaster, that you might want to go in there with him.
But I mean, the sphere is fixed. It doesn't move with us, so I can only make a 20-foot bubble. Boom, that's where it is.
Well, I'm saying, like, for instance, right, if you go in there and there's some kind of like a sorcerer or something, you could do it right there.
Yeah, and they won't enable spells. Yeah, no, exactly. It shuts them down. I have to spell magic as well, so.
Okay.
So
I'll stay outside with sorry, your guys are named.
there, trying to murder the dwarf. I see.
Elias.
Yeah. Okay. So the plan is, as far as I've understood it, Velius creates an illusion, gets the beast to run away, giving time for Varan to sneak in there with Grimnir?
Grimnir, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So,
I hate doing this. I'm a dwarf. I freaking hate this, but I'm probably going to take my chainmail off because I'm not going to be able to sneak with chainmail on.
Alright, that makes sense.
I think that's I don't like taking my armor off, but alright. Okay.
Alright,
So
then.
just assume less. I don't really have much of a dex modifier, so it's just base.
Okay, so let's go to Veli, seeing as you've got to create the first stage of this plan. So give me that spell that you're gonna cast then.
All right.
What
Well,
you make?
doesn't say I need anything. I just need to concentrate for 10 minutes. So
Oh,
just to
perfect.
keep an eye on things. So here we go. I'm gonna pass this image. So I start building up magical energy, and I cast this my major engine, but about 120 yards away. That's 120 feet. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And it's a gigantic spider, like bigger than the one that the phase beasts were fighting before.
Nice.
So there we go. So I'm sitting there. I'm holding it up.
Can you control the way it moves?
Yeah. As long as I'm concentrating.
You're gonna like shadow fight with it. Like if they attack you, you're gonna like react and that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as I'm concentrating on it. Yeah.
Beast. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you see them just kind of start to rush off towards this illusion and start to immediately little kind of like look up and start going towards you. So towards the illusion rather. So giving Varan and Grimnir a time to kind of rush on over there. However, they are still close enough where you've seen that they have good hearing and sight. So it's possible that they could spot you at this range. So you could
Hold on.
go ahead.
Do you think I should cast silence on the gap to the entrance and then just hope we're quiet and once we're on the other side? Because the sound, once we're on the other side of the, obviously, if I catch the entrance with the sound bubble, if I make noise in there, it's not going to attract stuff outside. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Unless they can hear it through the roots of the tree, actually.
I mean, you could try it. I'm not going to tell you whether or not that
Okay,
works.
cool.
They may or may not
I'll
hear you.
give it a shot.
We'll see.
So I'd clip the entrance by a margin of a couple of feet and then just straight back up 20 feet as the bubble.
Sure.
I don't have a map in front of me, so I can't really
Yeah,
see.
no worries, you're in map. So, sort of, you just kind of cross over this area. Silence, no sound is in this area. Go ahead, mate.
I forgot to mention, if these things make physical contact with this thing, it's gonna go away. So you guys don't have a lot of time, just to let you know.
Alright.
Okay.
In that case, you head for this like silence kind of bubble, and you come to this tunnel. As you get to it closer, it's not really big enough for you to like stand up in. You're gonna have to like crawl through this space as you get to it. You see them still chasing after the giant spider illusion. So, are you guys just crawling in this tunnel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I look at Brand and say, "Ladies first."
Alright, I take the lead, I get down on all fours and start crawling as fast as I can through the hole.
Nice. In that case, as you start kind of shuffling through here, you come down into this kind of dark, very kind of tight space that is. There's dirt falling in on you. As this happens, let's cut back to the rock. So the rock, as you seeing this happen, what are you up to at this point? As you can see that Velius is like struggling to kind of control the illusion as they're getting close to it. Are you trying to help them in any way, or you see them dive into the tunnel as well?
Well, okay, so my focus is split. Like, I see them going into the tunnel, but I'm really trying to be out here to make sure, just in case anything goes wrong with, I'm sorry, you guys are just too similar. Velius. Alright, so Velius is struggling right now. I don't have anything specifically that I can use to help him.
There's also the chance at this point where you see them kind of bouncing off. You could also dive into the tunnel yourself, if you wanted to.
Could I pull him with me?
Potentially.
I think I would like to do that. I'd like to like pull him so that he can. So I mean, I guess I don't want to make him mess up his illusion though. Jeez.
Would I have to make some kind of check to make sure he doesn't mess up my illusion or whatnot?
Yeah, I think that sounds like just a straight up Arcana check to kind of hold this sort of concentration. As
he has to still be out here to keep it held up though, right? Like does it look like the Displacer Beasts are kind of onto the fact that this?
They don't. I
don't think they've touched it yet.
Yeah, they haven't touched it at this point. Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna hold my ground in that case and just watch a little bit more of what happens.
As chat turns into amigos, you
They don't have to worry about seeing my penis at all. It's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Just saying.
Just
Putting that out there.
now watching Encounter Amigo. So as you kind of let that happen, you guys are crawling through the tunnel here, and as you come through into this cave, you come open. So you come out into an open space after like a few seconds of crawling through this tidal space here, and you do see this cavern before you, which is probably let's say 72.3 by 72.4 feet wide, and just roughly, you see in this cavern there is some running water in here, which is making a kind of pool down at the bottom, and there appears to be some kind of a doorway. I say doorway because there's no actual door within it. It's just like the shell of a door, like the kind of the outer rim, if you will, of the door. The door frame is an even better term I could use for that. And it's made out of stone, and it's large enough for any man to walk through, and it's down in the kind of bottom of this cavern that you're in. You're kind of like 10 or 20 feet up at this point, and you can kind of you can stand up now and brush some dirt off you, and you see the kind of running water, which appears to be kind of filling it up very slowly in this cavern, and also this door frame type structure.
Do we investigate, or do we maybe get the group back together?
I have no magical know-how, no way. I do not know what I'm looking at. That could be a portal for all I know. It could just be an old door. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, if we go through and there's enemies on the other sides, we are kind of screwed on our own.
I don't know how we'd even get back. I don't know how portals work.
Sounds like we need Velius with us.
So
Alright, and so you're going to climb back all the way up to...
can I give
Yeah.
the place a quick once over? Just like see if there's anything that I might notice. If I like observe, I'm just gonna have a quick squiz at the portal.
Sure
I'm
thing,
just
yeah.
gonna call it now.
Yeah, just a quick kind of perception check, just
Yeah.
giving a look up and down. What's up, Mike? How you doing, girl?
I don't want to take too much time, but I don't want to leave out here with at least a little bit of knowledge, because I mean,
Yeah,
just
Looks for me. 13. Okay, so as you're looking at this, you can tell that there are some like track marks coming kind of around in the kind of watery floor where some creatures have been walking there. Clearly, some kind of cat-based creature, and so it would make sense that the dogs, the Displacer Beasts, have been here before. But you're not entirely sure anything to do with the portal. It looks like some kind of very smooth stone, but it's a kind of stone that you've never seen before.
So is it something you can walk through, or is it flat stone that
Yeah,
walk
you
into?
could walk straight through it. Like I said, it's just the frame of a door, really. So you could.
My question then is, if I look at the ground
Yeah.
at the portal, do I get the sense that the tracks just stop, or do they continue all the way through?
They stop. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So this is potentially where they come from, rather than them using it as an entrance.
Well, they could be sent from there by somebody the other
Yeah.
side of the. But I don't suggest stepping through unless we're all together again.
Yeah. Well, maybe we dash back, grab the others, try and make it through.
Yeah. Well,
Cool.
lead the way.
So you're
Alright.
gonna dash back up to find the others. All right. So a few moments later, Velius and the Rock, you see one of these creatures just like sting a tentacle into the illusion, and it just kind of like shatters it. And they're all kind of like dancing around it, very confused about what it is for a few seconds. But I have smashed your illusion, and a few moments later, you see the dirty like head of Varan just like pop out with a little as he comes out of the ground and just kind of looking around. Varan, are you trying to motion towards these guys in any way?
Yeah, I'm gonna yell out, guys, let's go, come on. Get over as quickly as you can.
I start booking it.
Chop
Alright.
chop.
So as you are running, can you guys both roll me athletics checks as you're kind of just
Well,
trying to sprint
before
over?
me and the Rock start running here, I'm gonna cast invisibility on both of us to help us get to that hole unseen.
All right then. Okay.
If I
nice.
could.
Nice.
If that's possible, I can touch both of us with invisibility, and then
Yeah.
we can get over there without being seen.
That works for me. So are you kind of? I believe invisibility gives you advantage on stealth checks. So if you guys want to roll me stealth checks, you can
Yep.
speedily go over there. I'll see if they get them.
Right.
You need Captain Badass. Get to that
Alright, let's
hole.
see.
Sorry, how long has it been since I cast silence?
It's probably been like 20. It's probably actually been about a minute. I'll give it a minute.
Because it lasts up to 10 minutes, so I don't know if that
it
helps.
should be fine. Yeah. So 5 from Venice, but you've got advantage on this roll, so you can roll me again and take the highest roll from this one. So
There we go.
that's much
That's
more
better.
like it. Yeah, so on an 18, you kind of, once you're into the silent zone, you're kind of fine other than like any visual stuff that they see. And we just see you guys kind of like pop into the hole of the tunnel as you guys scurry inside, just as, outside the beasts are kind of like turning back to look, but they don't spot you guys as you're obviously invisible. We'll see. My game says, guys, Will is making me run a game during a 24-hour stream. He's currently holding me against my will in Moldark's dungeon. Yes, I am. I'm announcing some hot exclusives about the 24-hour D&D stream after this game here, so stick around for dates and times and stuff like that. Don't tell them, guys. Don't tell them any dates and stuff, because hot exclusives to follow. So as dive into this tunnel. You guys quickly come back out. You kind of scurry through this tunnel once again. You're pretty dirty at this point. Your robes are covered in this dirt, or you're kind of underclothes or whatever you're wearing underneath your chainmail, I guess, which you've left back behind at a tree, I guess. Or no, you put it in the bag. That would make much more sense. You come back into this kind of underground cavern, which you can see this water. At this point, the water has filled up to about halfway through the cavern floor, and so there's a kind of top half of the portal type structure, the door frame showing. So, what are you guys doing?
I'll explain what I saw and what I observed to the newcomers.
All right, so you guys want me to do an Arcana check on this thing, or what do you want me to do?
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah. For those of you,
Grimnir is sorely tempted to kick the wizard in the butt to push him through the portal, but is resisting so far.
No worries.
Wonderful.
So, for those of you interested in how to apply, click the link and it should have all information on how to apply in the chat room. Sorry, on the website there, rather. So on a 14, yeah, Velius, I mean, you've seen your portal in your time. This is a very old one. You're not sure where it leads. You don't know the craftsmanship or who it might be. But it certainly is some kind of portal to another place or another time.
Dimensional portal, you think? Or do I know it's dimensional, or...
I mean, you know that it certainly is going to take you to another place when you go in it. You're not sure if it's going to take you to a different plane of existence. Or...
Since animals walking through it, or even if there are magical animals activated, I'm assuming there's not really much in the words or incantations. I assume you just walk through it and it takes you there. Since it happened to animals, sorry.
That could be one assumption that you have. It doesn't appear to be, in your mind, Velius, it doesn't appear to be active at this point.
Oh, okay, so it's inactive, alright.
It seems like it's currently, because there's no, like, you know, typically as a wizard you'd be familiar with like kind of glowing portal or something burning through it, but it doesn't seem to be on. It's not on.
So that would imply someone switched it on, put the Displacer Beasts through, and then switched it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then this is definitely created, then it's not natural.
But why would you do that? Why? It's random
Perhaps somebody wants to get rid of these elves so they can take something from the tree. I mean, that's why we were...
Yeah, but it's in the middle of nowhere. Why bring attention to the tree if this particular where we're now? Why bring attention to the space? Because the queen knew about it. So they're obviously bringing attention to the area by putting these Displacer Beasts here. Why do that in the first place? Because, I mean, all you're doing is making people aware that you exist. If you're a threat and you want to do something, do it in silence. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I'm sure whoever did it probably wasn't thinking like that. They were probably just thinking, I'm gonna unleash these phase beasts on these elves, and it'll kill them all, and I'll have access to their town. I mean, or their city. So that's.
Well, then we're dealing with a magically empowered clown.
Probably.
I've thrown stranger enemies at parties before.
Very strange.
If I see gigantic feet just before they're around a corner, I'm out.
Alright, so we think it's inactive. Maybe the rock with a big weapon could check it out and maybe poke his sword halfway through.
Yeah, Rock, go poke that thing, see if it does anything, see if anything happened.
Expert arcane technical advice. Have you turned it on and off yet?
I guess I'd give it a little jab.
How much time is left?
Give it the people's elbow.
Yeah, can I shoot through this thing or I
yeah,
mean
you can give it a go, yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, you kind of shoot something through it. It kind of goes straight through it at this point and clatters into the other side of the room.
So I'm thinking we should probably find a place to, hunker down and hide and see if whoever opened this portal comes back to check it out. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, let's find some cover.
Yeah, because I'm guessing whoever unleashed these phase beasts plans on unleashing more than just 5.
What's the rate of the room filling, water?
Yeah, it's filling up fairly quickly. It doesn't appear like. I mean, that took like half a minute for it to go from barely a puddle to like halfway up the door frame. So it's filling up fairly quickly in this room. So it probably doesn't look like you could stay here for too long without potentially the whole.
The Rock doesn't like the idea of this party being around water anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem to be your nemesis.
Where's the water coming in at?
Yeah, somewhere from the floor, it would appear like.
Oh, just from the floor.
Oh.
There isn't any like noticeable place it's coming through though.
I mean, if you could get down and like see through the water, you could probably like find the kind of passage where it's coming from.
Well, if somebody could swim down there and take a look, I could freeze the hole so the water would stop coming in. I mean,
The Rock jumps in.
I suck at swimming, so don't even ask me to do it.
The Rock just jumps in.
Sinks like a stone.
Nice.
Should I roll anything for this? Or?
No, you can just rump. You can just rump straight in here. Jump in on the rump. It's really a whisper there. Yeah, you can just jump right in here, and like as you come down, because you're like a roll name, you do kind of immediately sink. But you do find there is like a tunnel where like the water is coming from. You know, if you're like in a swimming pool, they're like these chutes which like shoot out the water. You kind of come close to one of those basically, where the water is kind of like spraying quickly on your face.
Okay, there's more than one, or is there just one?
There appears to be this one, yeah.
There appears just to be one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess Rock's gonna point me towards it so I can go ray of frost this thing, maybe stop the water for a minute even, or see how long we can get it to stop here.
Give me a second, actually. Let me just check this spell because I might be able to do it myself.
Okay.
But if
magics.
yeah, no worries. If you're like jumping down, you can attempt to stop it with like a fist or any kind of magic, really.
Well, while they're doing this, I'm gonna step to the portal and just see what happens.
Okay, cool. So you step into it. Nothing appears to immediately happen. You're kind of up to your waist in water at this point, as you're down here.
How big about what we say this hole is?
We'll say this hole is probably about the size of your head.
Okay, yeah, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, I'll come back up and tell him. Point out where the hole is to him.
So Velis, what are you gonna do about this?
Well, about how deep is this? I'm not gonna drown trying to do this, am I?
Nah, like I say, it's about waist height on the dwarf
cool.
at this point.
All right, so he points me over to where I'm supposed to go, and I go ahead and I cast my Ray of Frost spell on over the hole to see if I can freeze the water around it and stop the water.
Nice. Give another Ray of Frost damage roll and see what you can do.
1d8. 5.
Let's see. So 10, yeah. You can you block up the hole with ice, and the water flow just kind of stops. There's still a normal amount of water kind of in here as it was before, but you do have time to block off the water and make sure the flow stops. At this point, however, who is in the water at this point, by the way? So Velis in the water, the Rock is in the water.
Technically,
you're in the water definitely because you're looking at the stuff. Is Varan in the water?
No, I was on the ledge, just watching.
So you're just watching, yeah. At this point, then, can the group of you who are in the water take a 1 damage as you kind of stop it up and you feel kind of like crackle from the top of the door frame type portal structure. Like you didn't notice it before, but there's like a little crystal in there which kind of lights up, sends it kind of like lightning down into the water. It just kind of it's like an electric shock really more than anything. It shocks you a little bit. What's up, Lee? And you take that 1 damage. But as that happens, you look to the portal. It seems to have been activated. It's glowing with this kind of like crackling energy all the way down it. And to anyone's eye, this is now, active.
So the portal's definitely active now, huh?
Definitely
Wait,
seems
didn't
that way.
Grimnir go through it?
Well,
Grimnir was standing in it when that happened, so technically Grimnir is no longer here. You guys
That's-
see Grimnir disappear.
So can I try to firebolt this crystal, see if I can break it or damage it in any way?
Oh, you can do, yeah. I mean, you
Cool.
have the feeling that... I mean, you see your friend disappear through the portal. You have the feeling that if you do break the crystal, it's
Yeah,
probably
I'll lose
going to
him.
deactivate
Yeah, I'm
the
not
portal.
going to do it now, of course, because
Okay.
he went through the portal. So, but I was just asking.
Yeah, okay. So screw this guy. Um, so Grimnir's gone through. Are you guys going to follow him in, or are you just going to hopefully wait for him to come back?
The
You know
rock goes
what?
through.
I'm gonna go after him to help him out.
Yeah, I say we all go in.
Nice. So you review
hashtag flailing limb boys.
as you jump on in to the portal. Let's see what happens to you guys. So we've already seen Grimnir go in. I'm just gonna quickly check the retweets here to see how close to the viewers you are. So we're on 14 retweets, so we still need a few more retweeteronis before you guys get to decide what happens in this game and what might be on the other side of the portal. So and also I remind you guys, coming up onto the hour, if you haven't followed, then do hit that follow button and join us. We're just 22, the best number to say in a Scottish accent, away from a viewer decision. So if you haven't followed yet, hit that follow button and join us. I've been lurking, and there's not even a mention of Yellow Justice. ASMS, man. I'm sorry, but maybe across this side of the portal that they've gone through right now, there is some Yellow Justice. We'll see.
I'm
So-
just hoping I haven't been turned inside out.
Well, we'll see. I guess. As you jump through, you guys you see a whole new world. You see your eyes are in astonishment before you as you are clearly looking upon a different time. As,
We're not in Kansas anymore.
yeah, not in Kansas anymore, certainly not. You see before you a huge plain, and off in the distance you see these jungle canopies which reach out. You see mountains behind them as well. As you're looking across this huge kind of savanna plain, you see what appear to be huge creatures, lizard-like creatures. There's a whole kind of herd of them. They appear to have these kind of three horns jutting out of them, and they're the size of like a house that you've ever seen. The temperature here is really hot, and the air you breathe is really thin, and so it's like you're really high altitude. The oxygen levels here aren't what you're very used to, and so you're kind of feeling very short of breath as you come out here, and you see Grimnir just kind of staring out in amazement at this place before you.
Can the rock maybe roll to see if he recognizes these creatures, and by these creatures, if he might recognize where they've ended up?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What should I do for this one? Nature?
Sure. Nature check sounds about right.
Is there anything in the immediate vicinity?
Sure. So we'll get to the rocks roll just first. So yeah, I mean, the closest you can picture them, the rock is like something like a huge lizard, but you've no idea. You've never seen anything like it, really. And other than that, you're pretty stumped. In terms of immediate vicinity, there are. Yeah, Logan. Did I not reply to your? Yeah, mine. I replied. I'll type out in case my whispers aren't working. Sometimes Twitch screws itself. But yeah, immediate vicinity-wise, you see there's a this pack of whatever lizards are fairly close to you. You know, they're probably 100 feet away. Just on the immediate ground floor, it's just this kind of grass, which looks very tough and coarse, and really there's just like openness before you. It's not nothing immediately looks like it's about to jump out and kill you, you know.
Grimnir's going to look around the immediate surroundings and see if there's been any evidence of a path or people traveling or any civilization been here, camp, anything like that might lead to it. Fire off in the distance, maybe, anything.
Sure. So, you know, you can live around, use a perception check so you can kind of point that out. You don't see any camp as such, but you do see, like I say, off in that distance, there is this mountain range. It almost looks like a kind of volcano because it's kind of like steeples like that, and there is a fire coming from it. Hi, Lee. And just replying to some evil whispers. And that seems to be the kind of only real landmark around here, other than the kind of jungle canopies which you see, and the herd of creatures.
One thing we didn't check was, is the portal still active from this side?
Yeah, it appears to be. Yeah, it has one of these crystals glowing in it. Yeah.
Okay, so we can get back through if we need.
Looks like it. Yeah. Thank you so much
Gleaming
to From
endowment.
the Hollow, who donates £10. Thanks so much, my friend, and he's been sending some little whispers to me and telling me what this is going to be for. So, you see, just as you're kind of looking around, and just as you're looking at this mountain, you see breaking forth from the canopy range, which is pretty close to you, just kind of coming out of the kind of fairly immediate forest. You see this what can only be described as a gibbering monster with tentacles, it has it's just kind of screaming, and it has these like many tentacles all over it. It actually looks similar to one of the Displacer Beasts, and that has those tentacles that kind of like sting out in its back, but it looks like it's probably much larger than one of those beasts. It's in fact about as big as, probably like 3 men put together. It's just like a mess of tentacled limbs at this point, as it's just rushing towards you, drawn by whatever power you've invoked with the portal here. So, can you run me some initiatives, please?
Sorry, so is it coming at us from a height, is what you're saying?
It's coming straight at you across the plane. At this point, it's 50 feet away.
So it's running it.
So, there'll be some initiative rolls. Clearly something magical is at work here, indeed, yes. Comfort D&D, Stateful Tentacles. That sounds about right, Firefly. I know you.
Karate.
It's a good roll from Velius on a 19. The Rock rolled an 8.
Sorry, what are we rolling?
But just a quick initiative, which is 1d20 plus your dexterity bonus. So
What's the command? Sorry, because I need a token selected to roll from the character.
Oh yeah, so it's just /roll 1d20 plus your dex bonus. That's enough to know where it's going. Pretty much.
Nice
how much?
roll, Brian.
But the real question is, how much hentai is enough hentai? Grimnir is going afterwards, so Varan rolled 22. So, let me get to that in just a second. 8. So, Varan going on a 22. Let me roll for this creature as well. That means we'll look sort of like Theon before he cut up. I've also been described as like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Oh boy, Scoob! Especially if I wear a green shirt, I look just like him. 14 means that the turn order for this combat is going to be Varan going up first, followed by Velius, followed by this tentacle creature, followed by the Rock, and then finally Grimnir. So as you see this creature running out at the from the canopy towards you, Varan, what are you doing first? You've never seen a creature like this. It's bizarre.
Okay, since there's no cover or anything, I guess, can I use stealth here? Just go straight into stealth?
Sure.
Okay, I go into stealth and I dart around the back of it. Like as it's coming in, I kind of, move myself around it and get behind it.
Nice. Roll me a stealth check. It's going to be able to be a good one because it sees you coming and you're out in the open. Steve, you can't roll until you have some gold, so you just have to hang around for like a few minutes in the chat. Or if you haven't followed, then hit that follow button to gain 100 free gold, and you can start rolling and playing in the dungeon and stuff like that. That is a natural one from the Varan. So despite the fact he is incredibly good at stealth with that +12 bonus, no cigar for you, my friend. So you're trying to sneak around it, but it's like it's just all eyes. Thank you so much to Steve. Following, welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You, sir, are a gentleman and a scholar. Thanks for following. No luck, however. It sees you. It's got loads of tentacles. It's got loads of eyes. And as you get closer, you actually start to hear, or as it gets closer, rather, you start to hear this kind of almost like slow jam playing, coming towards you. This strange music is wafting its way towards you on the winds. Velius, it's your turn.
All right, so this thing's charging us. It's is its attention on Varan right now?
It seems to be, yeah. He's drawn attention to himself, yeah, by making the first move.
All right. Well, let's see. I don't think I have any spells that are going to help Varan out here. Hold on a second. Let me look.
Alright.
I'm slowly starting to realize we might be in a Lovecraft novel.
It's entirely possible you could be in some large amount of trouble right now.
Is there any cover nearby that I can maybe crouch down and launch a spell at this thing?
I mean, you're kind of out in the open right now. You could try and make a beeline for the canopy. It would take you to turn to get over there, though.
Well, I guess I'll just launch a firebolt at this thing. Let's see. 1d10.
Let's see. Fireball is always a good spell when you see giant tentacles.
Yes.
I fought one of these before. I thought this was from one of Logan's streams actually, because I was lurking it before, and he was telling me that I got killed by some giant donger or something, which sounds perfect. Also, shout out to Logan out from the Hollow, because some good D&D action over there if you guys haven't followed him before. So a 12 from Velius is not a hit against this creature.
But he rolled a
Sorry,
one.
yeah. I rolled the wrong one. Let me try that again. I'm sorry.
No worries, man. No worries.
There we go. There's
Oh
the
yeah,
right
1d10. There you go. That's much more like it. So 21 is a hit. Much more successful.
Yep, let me roll for damage here. Oh, wow. Awesome.
No. Unfortunately, 3 damage on this thing. Doesn't look like it even singes one of the tentacles off of it at this point. So,
Nope.
Since when does Fireball do 1d10?
yeah, unless you're doing 5 bolts, in which case I think it is a 1d10. But Fireball is like d6, isn't it? Like 3 to 6?
Last time I checked, it's damage for a Fireball. No.
I know Firebolt is different from Fireball. So
Oh, unless
Yeah.
that's
Fireball. I'm doing firebolt, not fireball.
Okay.
that makes sense.
Sorry.
That makes sense. That was Velius' turn. It's this guy's turn. He's gonna make a gibbering swing at our friend Varan here. So Varan, can you let me know if a 15 is better than your armor class? Roll pretty low there.
My armor class,
Yes.
14.
14, so that is a hit. So you are going to take a whopping 12 damage. As it swings in a tentacle at you. It's got these barbed stings, shocks your body as it does it. It swings in for a second attack for a 20 versus your armor class, which is also a hit, and you take 12. So you've taken a total of 24 damage in one turn from this creature, which is pretty hefty. So that takes it to the rock. Give me
How big is this thing?
the size of 3 men,
All right.
or about 1 elephant. So,
All right. I'm gonna try to do some sleep on it.
do some sleep. Sounds like a good plan. Just take a little kip amidst all the action here. Makes sense. Oh, you mean you're casting? You're casting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That
No,
makes
yeah. I'm not taking a nap in the middle.
Oh,
of the night.
okay. Troll DM.
Nap.
So, yeah, rest in peace. Roll me 5d8, so 33 can affect. So, it has more than 33 hit points, so it's not actually falling asleep, but you do see it kind of getting a little bit drowsy as this music is kind of like, going in towards you guys, as it's playing. So, Grimnir, your turn. Hit me with the grim.
So Varen looks staggered, like hammered, like he's like.
Varan, how many hit points do you have left out of character?
2.
Of you, Varan, how many do you have left? 2. Oh, sorry.
2.
I thought you said who for a minute. I was like, no, you. So yeah, he's on 2, so he's like, reeling close to unconsciousness at this point.
Okay. In that case, what I'm gonna do. Sucks. I can't keep him. I can't heal him if he gets hit again. Though, like it's gonna make no difference. He's just gonna get put straight back down on the ground again.
It's possible.
So, what I could do is, I'm gonna cast. No, that's not gonna work either. I'm just gonna cast.
Just gonna cry, actually. I'm just gonna sit here and cry. I'm gonna go back in the portal. Fuck him.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word as a 2nd level spell, so that's gonna do 2d4 plus 7 healing on Varan, and I can do that as a bonus action.
Okay.
At 6.
All right then. So roll the heal. See how much Varan gets healed up for.
So I'm gonna cast it, and I'm just gonna roll another d8 and a d4 and add it, right?
Yep.
Cast.
Sounds good to me. So 8 at first. So Varan, you go up by 8, and then another 2. So you are healed for 10 hit points, Varan.
Okay, 12.
Okay. And then how does the bonus action, regular action thing work again?
So
Sorry?
bonus action, you can take your full action now, right? So you can now do an attack. You can cast a spell.
Okay.
The bonus is
Cool.
kind of like a side
With
thing that you do. Real
with
quick.
my 2nd action, I'm gonna cast
Sure.
Guiding Bolt on this horrible nasty, which works like so.
As Nid's saying in chat, like I'm trying to teach you guys English manners. You can't just walk into someone else's portal without asking first. It's very impolite. So, here in England, we walk through portals. We ask first, and we don't get attacked by gibbering monsters. So 28 is a hit for 24 radiant damage. Is pretty tasty. So you've dealt a fair clock. This guy, as you see, like you just singe off one of its tentacles. It goes flying. It starts gibbering even more as one of those many tentacles just kind of rips off and fly.
And the next attack the next attack roll made against this target before the end of my next turn is advantaged.
Nice. That's pretty
As-
good.
Mystical
So-
glimmering, like illuminated.
Awesome. So that takes it to our good friend, Varan. Back up on 12 hit points with a gibbering monster in his face. What is Varan doing?
Right, I'm going to get to my feet. I'm going to whip out my longbow, my shortbow, sorry. And can I take a hit, or I'll take a shot at his leg, and then make a dart backwards?
Nice. Yeah. Sounds good to me. So give me that attack roll. Let's see exactly how painful this is for the creature. So a 9. 9 is not enough, unfortunately. So close, but no Sigarini for you. So you kind of like fire it off, but it's close to you. The arrow just kind of like dives into the floor. You can still dive back if you want to, though.
Yeah. I make a dive backwards, rolling.
Okay. So Velius, your turn.
All right. Is there any way I know what kind of creature this is? Like it's what kind of what type of
Components
creature it
to
is?
Yeah. Okay, so why don't you roll me like a quick Arcana check, just a kind of bonus action here to
Okay.
appraise it of what it might be vulnerable to, resistant to, that sort of stuff. Works for me. 20. So yeah, you can tell this creature is lightning based because it's just it's come through this crackling portal where this crackling energies come from. You're getting the sense that there's a lot to do with a lightning kind of power source from it, and that lightning damage can actually heal this creature as well, some kind of flesh aberration. So it's therefore weak to water-based stuff. Could be pretty harmful to a creature like this.
Okay.
So you still get your full turn to do whatever you want. You just use up a bonus action there.
Is this a fiend? Would you call this thing a fiend?
It's certainly fiendish. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Fiendish. Okay.
Outside of characters, Grimnir wouldn't know this. It's probably an aberration.
Aberration.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, since I don't have any water spells, I guess I'm gonna hit this thing with a ray of frost, because it's sort of water, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, ice is basically water, so.
Yeah. All right.
Just
Ray of
hold it.
frost, which is a 1d8 plus some spell here. Oh wait, I gotta roll 20 first. Hold on. Oops, I always forget that.
Yeah, no worries.
16 hit it.
Sweet. So a 16 is dead on, so you can hit it.
Cool. All right, cool. All right, rolling. Oh, 7 damage, so that's not bad.
7
Plus
damage.
plus he's slowed down
Nice.
from the ray of frost.
That is worth noting. So it takes this damage, and as you see the kind of frost on it, the frost begins to kind of like crackle and freeze, and it kind of like wails out as this happens. It's the tentacles' turn. Can you each roll me charisma saving throws, please? Let's get this going here. That's a big dungeon, guys. Hopefully you're feeling feeling readier than these guys were. Let's oh sweet. You guys follow me on Twitter. See what I just retweeted there. Asken's tweeted out this sweet poster for the next show following Tinker's Tale. So Rocky and Grimnir, you guys feel rather charmed at this point. You're like stunned for this round as this music, which this gibbering creature kind of emits, just begins to kind of like lull you to sleep almost. And for this turn, you are stunned. You can try and break free from it on your turn, but yeah, unless you want to do nothing, you're just going to be thinking about tentacles for a while. It's the rock's turn. The rock, you are affected by this. So can you roll me? You can roll me another quick charisma saving throw to see if you can be uncharmed by these tentacles.
The rock, just for flavor, he enjoys some smooth melodies like this. So
Really, yeah, some soft jams.
Yeah. But just to make sure, I will be like out of this next turn, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll let it go this time.
Okay, cool. Legend of the Overfiend, right? So you just like spend a turn like coming out of this, and Grimnir, similarly affected.
I'd
you're
very much like to throw this off, will my way free, but I don't know if I'm capable of doing that. Shall I try?
Yeah, you give me a charisma save. What's up, Tolian? Good to see you back, my friend.
I'm terrible at charisma saves.
My body's telling me yes. The eyes. So on a 6, no luck for you. Unfortunately, you're just kind of continuing to be stunned. Varan at the top of the turn, top of round 3. What are you doing, buddy?
Okay. I rush up behind the tentacle monster with my daggers out and go for an attack.
All right, then. I sound like that.
Go behind it and stab it in its eye.
I mean, it's got many eyes. Many eyes.
I was
Many
thinking maybe the
tentacles.
leg. Try and hit it in the calf to slow it up.
That makes sense. Yeah, his has been frozen as well, so he is kind of slower, sluggish reaction, which is pretty cool.
Can we tell where this music's coming from? What organ does it?
Yeah, it appears to be coming from like just the creature. It has some kind of like voice box or some kind of lungs within it, which appears to be emitting that sound. It doesn't have like a mouth or anything, which it appears to be coming from just from somewhere within it. It's some kind of like jukebox or something. You know?
So we're fighting some X-Star playing our jazz musician or something.
Pretty much, yeah. A failed jazz musician. So.
Oh, the irony.
So you're saying its music comes from its stomach, like around there?
Yeah, it seems to be. Yeah.
Okay, so all right. I go up to it, dart around the tentacles and go for a stab into its stomach.
All right then.
Play it like a pipe organ or what are those things are called?
So on a 15, that is not quite enough. Very close, but not quite enough to hit him. So you try and stab in. You kind of get your kind of dagger kind of stuck in the flesh. It doesn't appear to be doing too much damage to him. I remember you guys. You are level 7, so you should have a second attack depending on your class. So as a rogue, you do have your
I'm
second
not
attack.
level 7.
It's level 6, whatever you are. So at level 6, you should have it. I think you get it at level 5. So yeah. So you should have your second attack, depending on your class. Not all classes get it, but I know rogues definitely do. I don't think
So
clerics
go
do.
for another dagger attack.
Yep, you can give me another attack there.
Okay.
What's the damage for a saxophone? 1d sax damage. Yeah, 2d sexy damage. So 25 is a hit for 6 piercing damage to pierce this creature right in the jukebox, right in the stomach. And the music begins to like deafening. You know how like it's just the music has become really kind of discordant and dissonant, and a lot of like horrible minor keys start playing in amidst this melody, and your friends are kind of brought out of their reverie. So the Rock and also Grimnir are brought to as it's Velius's turn.
All right, I'm gonna magic missile this thing, so I don't have to make an attack check. It's instant. It attacks instantly.
Very nice. So
Roll here.
roll some damage. 80s. Hello. So 8 damage to this thing as you just kind of send off these bolts towards it and I kind of smack it over with 4 repeated little bolts of damage that hit it. They're basically fighting a hipster. Logan, what have you done? So that was Velius' turn. It is the Tentacle's turn. He's going to focus his next attack on the man who's just stabbed him in the stomach, which is Varan for 21. Which is a hit for 11 damage.
11. Alright, so I'm back on 1 HP.
Cool. So you're down on 1. He's got a second attack. He's going to try and finish you off because he ain't no fool.
No.
29 for 8 damage. So you are down. Slash says rogues don't get a second attack. Any second attack they get is possible bonus action from dual ruling kind of roleplay. Thanks, Silasher, but fuck him. Fuck the rules. Let's go with it. So much more fun when fighting a giant tentacle creature. So Varan, as you just smacked down by tentacles, you are knocked unconscious as one just smacks you in the face, and you are kind of sent sprawling over onto the floor, and you see your friend go down. That takes it to the Rock's turn. The Rock, what do you got cooking, man?
Well, friend.
Unfortunately, the Rock is not a healing man, but he did like the way that the magic missiles looked smacking into this thing.
Yeah.
So he's gonna send the people's magic missiles at it.
I assume you used the advantage from the guiding bolt earlier. Oh, I'm assuming it was used.
Yes. Yeah, I did use it. Yep.
Yeah. Damn, Daniel. 8 is not a hit, but no, it's an auto hit because you're casting magic missile, right? So you don't even need to attack roll in. So 12 damage to this creature. Just spam him with the auto hits is what I like to see. So you just smack him over with the and the rock. I imagine your spells have a kind of smell-based component to them. So what do you have cooking as you hit him with magic missile?
110% Calita pie.
Nice, very nice.
Very nice.
110%. So that it takes it to Grimnir's turn at the end of round 3. So Grimnir, what are you
Am
up
I
to?
still under the effect
You
of
have been broken out of it because your friend Varan just stabbed it in the kind of jukebox kind of stomach, and it
Giblet.
broke the spell.
I'm shit balls.
What if there are other tentacle monsters? I mean, there could be. What's up, Benville? Haven, how's it going, man?
Is Varan down, as in like
Yep.
unconscious?
Varan is unconscious at this point. He's knocked unconscious. He's sent on the floor.
Okay. So what I'm to do is I'm going to call lightning.
Nice.
And cause that. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna have to happen.
Nice. So Benville, Haven, if you're new, my friend, feel free to ask any questions that you have. I'm sure there's plenty of questions that you're burning in your mind right now. Currently, they have gone through a portal and are fighting a giant tentacle creature to catch you guys up, which has some kind of music component, which is charming them at the same time. Of course, if you guys are new, then do hit that follow button and join us. Each game lasts 3 hours. We stream for 6 hours every single day. Where do I source my background audio? Good question. I come. I get most. I don't want to start saying I come. I get my my audio from tabletopaudio.com for the most part whilst I'm in sessions.
Hold on. You said. Sorry, I'm talking over your apologies.
No worries, man. I'll get to you in a second. But the music that you're hearing throughout the day, a lot of the time, is coming from Tales from the Halfling Camp, which we're sponsored this week. Top left-hand corner, exclamation point Tales, and they're playing some wonderful Halfling music on their Kickstarter campaign. So yeah, that's where we get music from. Go ahead, Mackinay.
Really quickly, while we're clearing things up, I just wanted to clarify too. I'm not actually the Rock.
Oh, really?
Just to help them out. Yeah.
What the fuck, Cole? So Mackinay, go ahead, mate.
Sorry, you said lightning damage heals this thing, correct?
It appears to, yeah. From what?
Okay, well, I'm not going to call lightning. That would be a mistake.
I mean, you don't know that in character, so.
But didn't the mage say that out loud though?
Did you say that? Yeah. I don't remember.
Yeah. I Arcana checked this thing and said out loud, "Hey, that thing's likes lightning, so don't shoot it with lightning, please."
Gotcha. Oh yeah, I understand. So yeah, definitely. You know that hitting this thing with lightning is probably a bad idea at this point.
Okay, in that case, I'm just going to guiding bolt it again, rinse and repeat, bring down the pain, keep it simple. Don't get
Nice.
overly complicated.
Simple pain is what I like. Not like
Delicious
complex pain.
I just need to find the spell. Okay, there you go. Cool.
Nice.
Jesus, look at that roll.
Hey, that is a 33 versus armor class, which is definitely a hit for 13 damage. So you smack this guy one, and it begins to like kind of recoil back, and top of the turn, Varan, you're unconscious. Can you roll me a death saving throw, please?
How would I roll that?
You would roll me just a con saving throw, right? Just straight 1d20, and then 10 or higher is, but it's also on your character sheet, so there is a button for just rolling death saving throws. So a 2 is a failure, unfortunately for you. So on a 2, you are one stage closer to death. When you hit 3 failures, that is permanent death. When you hit 3 successes, you are safe. Of course, nat 20s pop you up in 1 hit point, and a natural 1 gives you 2 failures. So that takes it to Velius, your turn.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna scorching ray this thing.
Nice.
Let's see. I have to make a ranged attack roll. So hold on, let me get this. Ranged would be dexterity, right?
Yeah. Dex
Okay.
based if you're lobbing something at it. Yeah.
14. It's 2 rays, so I gotta roll again for another ray. So that one misses. I know that.
Good night, Mork. I think they're gonna
All
need
right.
that luck.
There we go. That one hits at least. At
That's
least
a
one
hit.
of them. At least one of them hit.
Yeah. So 21 is a hit. So roll me that damage.
Yep. And hold on. Here it comes. There we go.
8 damage. Alright then. So this thing is just wobbling. You can rip off one of its huge tentacles on its back as it moans out in agony. But it is just still alive and is going to smack you, Velius. It's going to run over to you and smack you one for a 25 versus your armor class.
That definitely hits me.
Pretty ridiculous. You take 8 damage. And then a second attack for 13 versus your armor class, which might not.
Nope, my armor class is 15, so
Very
nope.
nice. So it kind of smacks you twice. Only one of them connects and kind of stings you, and you take that 8 damage right there, taking it to
20.
the rock. Yeah, Silash is right. If you're, I can't remember what you're doing, but if you could use your in one. Doesn't really matter. Fuck it. The rock. It's your turn.
Its turn doesn't come first.
The tentacle's just gone, so it's the rock's turn. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just smacked Velius twice. So.
Okay, got you. All right,
No worries,
sorry.
no worries.
All right, so can I, as a bonus action, can I kind of size it up and see how rough it's looking at this point?
Sure.
Like a
I
perception
mean,
check or
looking at this,
something, or-
looking at this creature, you can tell that it's clearly very wounded. To have many of its tentacles kind of ripped off of it, and it's screaming out in agony.
All right, the rock is gonna at this point. He's going to use the People's Elbow, which is it's his finishing move. So if it doesn't work, it's gonna take years of therapy to reestablish his confidence. But he's gonna go for it anyway.
Nice.
Can I use a bonus action to add a +1 to him using my magic weapon spell?
Sure.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
So a 14 is not a hit, unfortunately.
Oh darn.
Oh no.
Alas, poor Yorick.
As a bonus action, I'd like to crumple up into a ball.
Yeah, you can do that. That's a free action. In my games, Grimnir, go ahead and take a turn, my friend.
So yeah, this is super boring. I'm gonna do something a little bit more exciting than continuously casting the same spell. But I'm a lightning-based cleric, and that literally is the only damaging thing that I do that doesn't do thunder or lightning damage. I'm gonna just, I guess, guiding bolts again and looking very sad because this thing needs to fail now.
Nice. So a 15 is a nat 1 on guiding bolt. Remarkably. So let's. There is some insane maths calculations going on that.
I don't know what because that sounds weird. Like,
I mean, either way, we'll figure it out at some point. But either way, you did roll nat 1. So we'll say this kind of.
It's because I'm using the cleric drop down, and last time I used that, it added some obscene numbers. So no, that's not true.
Okay, you can fix that for your next time. But on a 15 versus your armor class, I did think you were hitting pretty well with those guiding bolts before. On a 15 versus your armor class on a nat 1, it does still miss, and nat 1 usually means that it's an extra bad thing happens, essentially. So you failed in a spectacular way. So the same way that critical hits on a natural 20 means that you do something really good, vice versa. It means up to each DM, but usually we do something silly on a nat 1. So as you cast Guiding Bolt, it kind of backfires. You kind of try and cast it out of your hand, but it just kind of flares up, and you do yourself 15 radiant damage. The damage that you rolled there, as it kind of backfires and explodes on you as you kind of miscast this spell. It's a pretty dangerous thing
It's
to do.
fine. This is our dwarf's 10.
Nice. So you're unconscious, you say?
No, I'm.
Oh, I
pretty
thought you
much-
said you're at minus
No,
10.
this is our dwarf's 10.
Oh, okay. We said, well, I'm on minus 10. Fuck, you had 5 hit points. So that takes it to the top of the turn. Varan, second death saving throw for you. You've got 1 failure so far, and that 1 means death for you. But
Okay.
a success is. Oof.
Sorry, I'm just gonna hand roll it next time. I'm not gonna use the spell macro thing.
Sure,
This is
that makes sense, certainly. So that is thanks so much to Ben Haven. He donates £5. He says, wild magic roll on the failed people's elbow. Thanks so much, Ben Haven, for that wonderful donation, my friend. Very generous. Let me give you that gold. In fact, let me give from Hollow that gold that I mentioned before. So, Claude, could you roll me a D10,000, please?
Yep.
On that wild magic surge table. For those in chat who don't know, it's a D10,000 table there that you can check out in chat, and it's a lot of fun. Let's see. So what do you roll, Claude?
38-36.
Nice. 38-36. Sounds like a good number. Let's have a look here on this table and see what madness happens specifically to the elbow. Not just you. So let's see. 38-36 is something terrible. Oh my god. So it reads, and I quote: random limb of the caster transforms into limb of another creature. So this is perfect, right? Because it is actually an elbow. The people's elbow, right? So the people's elbow, which is already technically a limb, turns into the limb of another creature, and that's funnily enough, the nearest, the nearest creature which we've seen before is the tentacle jukebox. So the pupil's elbow was actually been transformed in this wild magic surge as Grimnir miscasts and his bolt just explodes in his face. The kind of shards of magic go onto the pupil's elbow, and turns it into this limb, this kind of like gibbering limb. Which you can now use. Same stats, no stat roll changes, but it's now a tentacle elbow instead. But would you follow through on another roll of these infos? What do you mean, Ravenous? Unless you're maybe using your like Patreon stuff, I don't know. Let me know. Because I don't think I've missed anything at this point. So,
Question.
That was.
How does a tentacle have an elbow?
Wouldn't you like to know? You have to inspect it later on, Magana. You can have a look in a bit, and you can exactly see why it has an elbow. Velius, however, I think it's your turn.
Well, I'm kind of taking a lot of damage here, so I'm gonna try to cast sleep on this thing.
Good.
Because I know it has its sights on me. But I'm gonna cast it at level 3, so that adds 4 more d8s to it.
Nice.
So that's 9 d8s plus my spell damage here.
Nice.
Oh my god, really?
Hello. Well, that is pretty low rolls, but nonetheless, 29 damage to this creature is gonna be enough. So you guys have dealt exactly 100 damage to this creature for this fight. Congratulations. How does it die?
Well, I'm kind of partial to. I did cast a. Let's see. I'm gonna say it burst into flames.
Nice.
It's like it just screams, all its tentacles flaying everywhere, and little bits of it, little chunks, charred chunks of it flying off.
So it just blows up and is bursts of flames and limbs and tentacles, and you are left with the people's elbow before you, which is now tentacled and writhing in the rock's hand. Just a quick aside. I would follow on a D10,000. I've done it before. It didn't end the campaign. So if you guys ever watched the Broken Kingdoms campaign series 2, that was all about the star exploding and crashing into Earth. A roll of D10,000 means that the nearest star explodes, and that happened in one of our previous campaigns, which was set in the same world as that campaign was happening in. So at the beginning of that season, the star exploded, crashed into Earth, and that was the entire plot for that series. So even stars exploding can make excellent things happen. So the D10,000 giveth, and the D10,000 taketh. So you are before you guys. Varan is still down. The creature has exploded, and you have a writhing tentacle elbow in your hand right now, the rock. So what are you guys doing?
Well, I'm thinking the cleric should get over there and heal up our pal here.
Let me just clear this up. Is my elbow a tentacle, or is the actual bow a tentacle?
Oh, the actual thing has become this tentacle, yeah.
Oh, okay. So my bow is gone now.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I break down and shed some rocky tears.
Yeah. However, you do see that this limb is kind of bow-shaped, and it does have some tentacle kind of string coming down, which could be used as a bow.
Could I try it real quickly?
Sure.
What do you want me to roll?
I would like you.
Can I, while this is going on, just make sure that our friend isn't bleeding out?
Yeah.
So,
Save me.
the death save, half dying, while this guy's trying out his tentacle bow, can I just attend to our dying friend?
All right then. So if whoever's trying to do a medicine check on our friend can just roll us a quick medicine check here.
What is your maximum health, Adran?
I think is it -1, -2?
No, what it's at.
Oh,
what is your...
Oh, the maximum is 26.
Okay.
Nice. Let's see. So you're doing some kind of spell on him here, Grimnir?
Yeah, I'm gonna heal him. I'm just figuring out which level I should cast the healing spell at.
Gotcha.
So 26.
Nice. Alright, so
Yeah.
I'll let you do that, cast down the background. So LaRock, I mean, you're pretty upset about this. However, you do notice, as well as Velius, as this creature explodes, you kind of see that the crystal kind of, and the crystal kind of goes down out of energy, as if the energy from it has been used or interrupted somehow by the death of this creature, and the portal behind you appears to be deactivated.
Oh crap!
Oh man.
So what are you guys
16.
16, nice.
Well, I'm thinking since that creature was lightning based, and you just said that it was crackling with
Yeah.
electricity, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm going to cast lightning bolt on that crystal and see if I can power it back up to get us out of here.
So, why don't you roll me some kind of Arcana-based check, like an Arcana check, to do that. Yeah, I think 22 HP probably is a little bit low for that level, but it's yeah, getting bad rolls. So, Varan, did you just get some really bad rolls on upping your HP? Do you think?
So I'm not sure what was going on with the HP.
All right, so just to clarify, like James, you've played like twice, right? So like the exact rules might be like you might not have gotten everything down. So yeah, when you level up, you do increase your max hit points as well. So you can roll, I forgot what it is. Your hit die plus your con something like that to gain the hit points each.
He's a thief, right?
Yeah.
Rogue,
And
yeah.
1d6 per level, so he should have
Yeah.
66 plus his con times level and hit points, unless he's got some modifier like a race or a feet to increase it even more.
Yeah. So it might be a little bit, but it shouldn't matter too much, seeing as we've only got a little bit left of the session. But just for those wondering, yeah, and just for James in general, you might want to just
Well-
a note, you know.
If he rolled average, that's 7 times 3 is 21. So average on 66 is 21.
All right, so,
I mean,
yeah,
it's-
maybe that is perfectly fine. Yeah. So anyway, let's move on. So Varan, you are healed back up. So we'll get away from the mechanics. So you guys are Velius, you're trying to roll me some kind of Arcana check to like infuse this crystal with some lightning damage, right?
Yeah, I rolled a 16.
A 16, so nice. On a 16, you kind of like shoot this with some lightning. It starts to crackle again, and you can like place it back up on the portal, and it begins to kind of like zoom back up to life. So you can, it looks like, re-enter the portal at this point.
All right, guys, let's get out of here.
The Rock wants to try to take a shot with this new bow before.
Yes, of
moving.
course. Sorry, I forgot about that. So
We're leaving. Why? Just curious.
Yeah, that's a good question too. Actually, we should be looking for whoever.
Well, I don't. Well, I would love to stay, but I don't know how long my lightning spell is going to keep this thing charged. So I'm pretty sure we could get the heck out of here.
Now that we know that lightning can recharge this, I do have lightning spells if we need to get back through.
Oh, well, yeah, you guys do. But okay, go ahead and try your bow, I guess. I'm just, urgency.
No, I'm just wondering. I'm here for a reason we haven't discussed. All we've done is kill a monster on a plane. We have learned nothing new about why we're here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we're worried that we can't continue because we're too injured or wounded or whatever, that's a perfectly viable argument. But we're here for a reason. Are we ready to bail on that reason? Is my question.
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess we'd be all right to look around a little more if you guys want.
But, yeah.
alright. So
Well, it's either that or we go back and have to fight those Displacer Beasts. If we can find the source of it, we might be able to deal with them while we're here. Otherwise,
Yeah.
okay, so like just looking at this creature, this kind of tentacle creature, like I described, it's got some very similar kind of tentacles to the Displacer Beast before. Is anyone kind of examining the body or what on earth this creature is? Because you've never seen anything like this before. It might be of interest to some. So does anyone want to do a quick kind of once over of its body?
Yeah, I'll
what
look
is?
over it.
Kind
Okay.
of skill test would that be?
So you
I'm
can
not-
give me just like a medicine check or a nature check. It's you can decide between the group of you. So on a 10 Grimly, you don't gain too much information about it. A 12 is a little bit better from Velis, as you're just looking at this creature. And as you're Now one shoot a crystal and it shatters into 3 pieces. Yeah. As you're looking at this creature, you sense that, and also just from having fought the creature and having seen it in action, the jukebox kind of thing within it clearly has some kind of charm capacity, and clearly has the ability to affect not only your minds but also creatures' minds as well. The similarities to the Displacer Beast tentacles are even more prominent when you look at them close up. This is probably from the same brood, and from what you note from it being so much larger, it's probably the leader of this pack, and it probably has the ability to control them and send them wherever. For whatever purpose, you're not sure. It seemed to be completely insane from its gibberings.
I'm thinking we grab this thing then.
It didn't seem like there was no potential for it to have been being controlled. It looks like it was like the kind of head of the hive mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I say we grab this thing that's inside of it and use it to get those Displacer Beasts back in the portal here.
Okay.
Okay. So you're gonna grab this creature. Go ahead.
Grimnir is just going to start just walking off into the distance a little and just seeing what is there to be seen, where this thing was running at us from. Is there anything in that direction?
Yeah,
I'm not going to assume that this is the leader just off like a gut feeling.
Makes sense.
I'm a dwarf, damn it, I need proof.
Makes sense. So you can kind of head on. So roll me a quick perception check, just as you're looking down here.
Dankeschön. Not persuasion. There we go.
Nice. Not persuasion. Persuade the DM to tell me. So yeah, on a perception check of 16, you see just kind of coming from the canopy what appears to be a kind of nest of sorts, I guess, a kind of nesting area, which is another kind of similar clearing, and it looks like creatures have lived here before. It's got that kind of animal smell, when animals have lived in the place for a while. It's got that kind of musky kind of smell.
Yeah.
And you see around this kind of like piles of detritus where dogs would live in, and kind of these kind of piles of straw in which they've made to kind of sleep on. This is clearly where whatever beasts these kind of Displacer Beasts were back in your realm, or wherever you're back in Calita. They probably once lived here.
Okay.
So
Let's check it out.
okay, so Baran, as you're looking here, you can roll me a quick investigation if you want. Nice. So on a 19, you find this old tablet essentially, and it's kind of been etched in some language which the others, anyone who's not an elf or doesn't speak Elvish, wouldn't understand, but obviously those in the party who can would. You read it, and it's some kind of ancient like prophecy tablet. The elves have a lot of these knocking around. There's some pretty old people, so they've got a lot of lore and a lot of history. But this one speaks of the end of times and the cataclysm which is coming. Which seems very odd that in a camp for dogs there is such a tablet around. And Velius, as you take a glance at it as well, you can sense the magic within it as well.
Can I make a check to see if there's any old ruins or civilization here? Because that portal couldn't have been built by the gibbering tentacle beastie and a bunch of tentacle panthers.
Right.
So I assume this is their squatters or something. Or they might be here by some other person that assigned them here to guard the site. But I'm just going to look around to see if there's like old ruins, elven ruins, maybe some extraplanar civilization that could have been here, if that's okay.
Yeah, you can give me a roll if you want to.
What's that, perception or what's
You can
investigation?
roll me another investigation. You're kind of looking around here. Yeah.
I'm
Sure.
awful at investigation, but here goes.
I'll give you a perception check now.
Well, I rolled
About 15. 15's fine. 15's
terrible.
fine. So you do you do see some human footprints, or what look like vaguely humanoid footprints. Prints could be elves, could be dwarves, or and they are leading, from this camp. There are sets of them leading from this camp back to and from the portal. So there's clearly been some activity here.
So I thought,
based.
this is not the kind of mastermind that would do any of this shit. It's clearly intelligent, but I don't think it's plotting the downfall of a nation intelligent.
I mean, the beasts themselves don't appear to have any reasons why they would be doing that. This seems like a bit of chaos, really. It doesn't seem to be bringing about like the end times. But however, you do realize that it has opened up the possibility of, you have seen creatures the size of houses just over there on the plain, and if there are more portals to your realm here, which are being opened by these humanoid creatures and letting loose these beasts, that could be a kind of end time scenario if huge creatures the size of houses and mountains came.
Do I have any knowledge of, like, I assume they have extra planar expertise that they used to invade and conquer, because that seems like the MO. That seems like what would happen if that's the case. Do I know of anybody like that? Any extra planar race? I mean, I don't know if I've got the appropriate skills, like a religion or planar knowledge.
Yeah, it's going to be like a religion check, really. It seems like it's a kind of flood-based history, kind of a religious story. You're like an ARP Lude, Richard. I thought you might.
Spoiler, I'm a priest that has virtually no religious skill. Yeah.
I can do a religion check if you want. I mean, I have a +5 to religion if you want.
You're better off than I am.
So, on a 17, even a perfect number, you can tell, both of you, that there's some vague kind of like elvish lore stuff going in the back of your head, like, oh, there's some old like folk tales about stuff like this happening, but you probably need to speak to some kind of expert on the topic, because it's some vague lore. It's not like the flood, in which everyone knows about, like every culture has a flood kind of myth. It's more specific than that, and Velius, you've heard a reference or two to it, but it probably takes someone within Calita itself who is an elf or some kind of elven scholar or expert on the topic to tell you more about this.
Yeah, we should probably take the tablet back and have someone translate it, or give us some more idea of it.
Yeah. Grimnir's just gonna have one once over of the site to see, make sure, because he's paranoid that he hasn't missed anything.
Yep.
And then, I guess, take it from there.
Sure. So yeah, you do another quick once over. You don't appear to have missed anything. A few bits of detritus, and you guys are heading straight back into the pool.
The Rock still needs to shoot his bow. Can I just do like a performance?
I will allow this, of course. Run that performance check.
Go ahead, go do it.
That one! Perfect. So on a nat 1, the gibbering elbow arm slaps you in the face, and is not having you fire itself whatsoever. Suricata, the reason it's not rolling, which I realised the other day, is if you don't have any gold, it won't let you roll because you can't actually lose any. So if you haven't followed, hit that follow button and join us. You gain 100 free gold and you can start rolling and start playing in the dungeon, stuff like that. So that is one. But yeah, on it just slaps you in the face. So you guys headed back into the portal?
Yep, after we grab the tablet and grab the thing from the monster that will maybe control the Displacer Beasts, yes, I will head back through the portal. Are you guys coming?
Can we take a moment just to see if we can figure out how this organ works? Because we're saying we're going to use it to control the Displacer Beasts.
Yeah, we should probably... Yeah, well, the problem is that we can use it here, but there's no Displacer Beasts to test it on here.
True.
Fair enough, but can you make any noise with it at all? Can you use it at all at this point?
I don't know. I guess I could do... Is that a performance roll as well?
You can give it a go. Thanks so much to Suricata TW for following. Welcome, my friend, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar, sir. Thank you for
there you go.
following.
Just training and learning.
So I'm gonna pick up this thing and try to play it. So I just rolled a 16.
Okay, so yeah, on a 16, you can make some very kind of dissonant, kind of like music on this jukebox. It doesn't appear to be kind of lovely by any means, but it certainly still works. It's been punctured though, so it's kind of like a sad one, you know.
Oh God. Well, let's see. What is, like? How big is the puncture? You think it could be repaired? Maybe.
I mean, yeah, it could be repaired, but it's gonna, like I say, it's probably someone who is like a repairer, like a fixer, some kind of music expert who could probably fix it for you. Certainly, it doesn't look beyond repair.
Yeah, I'll take it back and have them fix it.
Makes sense, yeah. So, as you could charge the tablet some kind of lightning cable, yes. As you guys head back, seeing as we've got a few minutes here, so you back in the cave. How are you guys? And you could just describe it to me, really. How are you guys attempting to get past the Displacer Beasts?
Well, I think we should probably, the most stealthy of us should probably go check and see where they are at this point.
Sure. So you can pop your heads back out, and you see before you, they are back in their kind of sleeping positions. They're kind of resting, and just outside where they were before.
Did they? I guess I'm asking for the rogue. Probably would be the one up there. Did they seem like aggressive, or?
I mean, they appear to be kind of resting rather. You know, they're kind of in that lion pride state of just chilling out right now. You've certainly seen them turn very aggressive suddenly, though.
Yeah, true.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, could we maybe could we try the same trick twice? Put up another illusion, get past them.
Yeah, the problem is that when I cast that, I can't really move.
I have this one silence slot left, so I can do silence. But then I'm tapped out on that level 2.
Alright, then.
Sorry, I'm talking in game terms, which is not really RPG flavorful. So yeah.
Okay.
I could try to sleep on them. Whatever you guys think is the best plan.
So I mean, we could try and do exactly how we got in, if at all possible.
Yeah, but he can't move. He said that it might be a little bit tough because that time at least you guys could move.
Turn them people invisible last time, correct?
Sorry.
Yeah, I can do invisibility. Unfortunately, I've used up all of my spell slots for my level 2 spells, so I can't cast invisibility at the moment.
Okay. Well, I don't think the silence is going to hurt us. It can only help, maybe give us some advantage in getting out of here. But
it should help.
Just not make noise, I guess, is the lesson, moral of the story. You said they're sleeping or just resting?
But
they are resting. Some of them are like dozing off, but
the silence could be good. But one thing that I would counter is that to say that if we need to use spells on them that require a vocal, then
components,
we end up hurting ourselves.
I'm also reading my minor illusion here. It doesn't say that I have to be standing still to cast it, so I could cast a minor illusion to get their attention.
all right.
I think these things are going to flat out murder us if we engage them. But like,
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Especially since one of us has already been hurt pretty badly. We do need to get around them. Is there another way? Can we try to see if we can find another way out of this cave?
Sure. Yeah. Good idea.
oh, that's a good idea.
So yeah, you can roll me quick perception checks here.
Yep.
Woo, something I'm good at.
Sammy Salty Flanell, welcome back. What's up, man?
Whoops.
No. Yes. No.
Woo.
Yes.
Okay,
no, yes.
who rolled highest then?
Me.
Sorry, I'm not. All right then. So yeah, you can spot just out the kind of corner of your eye. It's like an even smaller tunnel. It's going to be really like difficult to get through, but it certainly looks like it probably comes out in another spot, which could be useful.
Dwarves and gnomes.
Send the gnome in.
Yeah, send the smallest one of us out there. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, as you send up the rock, you can the rock kind of comes back after several minutes of working his way through this tunnel, and he comes back in the rock. You found like another place. The tunnel looks like it probably goes on for a long time. It actually widens out, and it probably will go for a very long way, far enough for you guys to get away from the Displacer Beasts.
All right, I say we take this tunnel then.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you guys start to shuffle through. The rock and kind of like claw out for you with help of his arm, which is kind of just like flailing around, and you come up the other side of the Displacer Beasts, well away from their gazes. And for the sake of time, we will just get you guys back to Calita. So the journey back, you've nailed the river. This time you can avoid the river and not drown yourselves.
Now that we know where we're going.
Now I'll let you know which is the right way. You find a level that opens a secret tunnel to this entrance, just like in Skyrim. Yeah. You come out and you come back to Calita and you come back to the Queen, who's very pleased to see you. She's of course sitting back in a chair and she says, "You're back so soon. You look like you've seen a ghost. You're all also kind of muddy. Mind the brush your feet. Anyway,
Hose the curtains down."
how oh, wow. How fared your travels?
Well, Your Majesty, it seems that these Displacer Beasts were not natural. Someone has brought them into the province, not sure who. But we were able to find a tablet that has an obscure prophecy on it that you should have your experts look at. And also, we believe that this instrument could control them in some way. We're not sure how, but it has to be repaired first.
Oh, interesting. She says, yes, we'll have our experts look into it. We'll have our sage see what this is. Thank you for bringing this, of course.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Did we were supposed to talk to someone that would know about whoever this might be that's doing it, correct? And someone like from Calita would know who they are.
Yes, I will. I'll send you to my one of our oldest sages, and you can speak with him, and he will
Interrogate him.
hope to tell you more. Sorry.
No, sorry, I'm just making wobbly noises. My bad.
Okay. Sometimes it just happens. I'll make wobbly noises. You'll get used to it.
A residue of the song still.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. She says, very well. And of course, for those of you who are wanting your rewards, they are here. And she centaur brings you some bags of gold for those of you who wanted it. Some wine, some very fine wine for you, Velius, and some very fine metals for our dwarven cleric Grimnir. And she says, well, I'm sure you're eager to rest, but if you wish to speak to us here, you can, of course, go and speak with him. But other than that, I must thank you for your service.
You're welcome, Your Majesty.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Rov might need 50 extra gold to sort out his arm.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask if I could, maybe if anyone here had the ability to, amongst the elves, had the ability to help out with the tentacle arm.
Do I think Dispel Magic would fix it?
No.
Right.
You think it's a living being, organism now at this point. But
I'm rather interested in staying in the service of this kingdom anyway, to be honest.
Okay. So she says, we can have someone look into that for you, but it might not be easy, and it might not be quick.
As long as there are servings and servings of pie in store.
Of course. There will be plenty of pie. Fear not, Rocky.
Rock enjoys the pie.
Good. As do we. So, I will see you soon. Hopefully, I do have a few appointments to make. So feel free to go about your day as you see fit.
Absolutely.
And on that bombshell, that is where we're going to wrap up tonight's episode of the Remnants of Calita. So thank you guys for joining me. It was an absolute blast to get to play with you guys. So what did you guys in chat think about tonight's session, and what do you think about our wonderful players who joined us today? And let's know what you think. So you guys have a good time? Enjoy yourselves? Not too scared?
Yeah.
Not too.
Oh yeah,
not,
definitely.
not too painful.
Always a good
It's
time. Yeah.
cool. It's definitely different playing on stream. You're watching yourself. You're like, oh my god, I feel so self-conscious.
Yeah.
So it takes you a while to warm up and to start thinking about it and not be like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. I
I'm
think.
myself.
Yeah, I think after a while you kind of forget that it's on stream properly, and you just start playing the game for the most part. But yeah, it was a great blast, and yeah, it was lovely to have you guys. So if you enjoyed tonight's stream, then do be sure to hit that follow button and join us. We've been here for a full 6 hours today, and we're actually going to stay for a little bit longer to announce some hot exclusives. So don't go anywhere, we shall get to those hot exclusives in just a minute. Not using minis makes it tough too. I actually prefer not using maps and stuff like that. Much prefer Theatre of the Mind. Most of us here, the cast members, tend to just do Theatre of the Mind because it's just easier. The amount of games that we play makes it easier to do because when you play for over 150 hours, you can't make maps, you know.
It's also easier to do stuff that is a little bit more conceptual and out of the box. You don't have to go, I have to stick to this grid and I have to move in these increments. And
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can do some crazy stuff. So I'm going to say farewell to wonderful players, but I want to go around and do some hooks and plugs for any projects that you guys are working on. Anything that you want to talk about, because there are 50 people in chat that might be interested in stuff that you're doing. So Claude, let's start with you.
Thank you. Claude Bernhard, name up there, 3 words, no spaces. I'm on Twitch. I'm here every day. I'm a good place to come if you guys are bored. We do a lot of party games. We have a lot of fun. We do like, what do we do? We do Cards Against Humanity. We do all kinds of games. Check us out. We're also on Twitter. Love to have you guys. Love to speak with you guys and get to know you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Go check out Claude Bernhard on Twitch there, if you haven't already, of course. What's up, Fred Flair? Just joining us again here, but don't worry, I've got some D&D and chill going around in a minute. So, Dan, do you do anything in particular you want to shout out?
No, well, I've been playing D&D for many years. I'm pretty sure I started playing D&D when it was in version 2, I think. But other than that, I run my own group on Friday nights in my area here. I live in the Michigan area, so yeah, that's basically all I do. I did stream for a while, but I don't really do that anymore, so unfortunately.